Through the prayers of Holy Fathers, Lord Jesus Christ, our God of mercy on us and save us. Good evening. For those new here, my name is Father Joseph Swaden. I've worked in Orthodox Apologetics since 1998 and the founder of NFTU, True Orthodox and Ecumenical News, since 2004. We've been in the apologetic space on Facebook since 2016 and on YouTube since 2018. And if you appreciate what we do here, please like and subscribe. Today we do our live Q&A session where you can get your questions answered live as well as member-requested video reviews. So let's get started. And as always, if you want to jump on stream to ask a question, make a comment, issue a challenge, just click the link at the top of the chat. I will be taking super chats from the YouTube chat. And if you want your question or comment without super chatting, I'll answer it, but you might miss it if I don't pick it up. For those wondering what the sound is, someone's working in the next room. So let's get started with our comments. So let's see here. Intrafest Lindlaken 1883 says, can you finally and officially put to rest the Roman Catholic myth that the Orthodox Catholic Church has not held an authoritative and binding council since Nicaea II? Constantinople 4 and 5, Yasi, Bethlehem. Yeah, I mean, first off, the one thing we have to realize when we are dealing with Roman Catholics on these councils is that the existence of these councils directly negates papal ecclesiology. They're not just under the influence of a myth. They're actively creating the myth. Because without the myth, then the whole concept of the monarchical papacy collapses. So they have to say 879 is not a real council. They have to say Blockernay 1285 is not a real council. They have to say every council, the post-Florence Council of 1484, all of those have to be discarded. And so what they're trying to do when they say things like 879 wasn't authoritative or 1285, what they're basically saying is we're not going to recognize any authoritative council except the papacy. So if it's not under the papacy, then it doesn't work. So that you have to understand, it's not that they're under a myth. They're the ones promoting the myth. So I hope that helps. And great question. And so we'll move on. Al-Adin says, Father Joseph, at your age as father of the church, you need to learn some manners. You disrespect me, mute me 4 times for no reason, and act childish last stream. I realize it's all about money for you. You give bad image for your church. Let's be honest, Al-Adin. Repeatedly, we had you on. And repeatedly, when we had you on, you'd tell us not to interrupt repeatedly, and you just yammer on incessantly. And then if people ask questions in the comments, you'd call them keyboard jihadis and say that they wouldn't come up. A guy comes up, Maximus comes up to ask you a direct question, and you left. You can color it any way you want, but the point is, you want to say it's because I'm rude and I'm money. I don't care. The reality is that you just weren't doing what you said you were going to do. You had the opportunity to answer somebody who had a direct question for you, and you left. As far as I see it, you probably see our show as a soapbox, but I will use the mute button and I will answer charges. That's how it goes. Orthodox Traditionalist says, stop crying. Yeah, that's the easier way to say it. Leonidas with a member chat says, the host can mute you when you're yapping. That is correct, sir. Philip Yankovic says, good evening. I have a question about who is Metropolitan Evlogius and controversy around him. First off, he was Metropolitan Evlogius. He's passed on. Memory eternal. But the point is, he was controversial for a number of reasons. The first one being the ambition of our synod, as when it was the Milan Synod, was to be a restored Western Church. I mean, in interior halls of the Synod in the old and great days, there were even discussions on trying to figure out how to create a new Roman Patriarch. So it was ambitious, but Metropolitan Evlogius was himself flawed. He came from the Moscow Patriarchate. I don't doubt his sincerity in coming back to true Orthodoxy, but he did controversial things, and some of them weren't good, and I'm not going to pretend that they didn't exist, own up to it. And then he eventually just betrayed the whole church for the Moscow Patriarchate, collapsed the Milan Synod, basically, Our synod, which had just been given autonomy a few months before, had to pick up the pieces and restore the communions, like with Avlona, and then with Metropolitan Seraphim in Russia. So, you know, at the end of his life, in the last year, he went back to Greece and he did repent. He wanted his old office back, but you can't have your old office back when you destroyed it. So, but he died in the peace and communion of the church, even though he was a chaotic person. In some ways, did great things, and in some ways, did horrible things. So that's the honest truth. Leonidas asks, "Is the book out yet?" I promise. This week, I am going to do it. I am going to use this snow to my advantage. I am going to finish the cleanup, create the cover, and it will happen. Okay, what the beeping? There was someone else on the floor and was playing music in the background. Leonidas asks, is Father John Cormier a member of the Royal Court? Hey, this is regarding the interview of that Orthodox traditionalist had on with a priest who was arrested and jailed in Russia. Really good interview, translated by Mother of Racemia, who was there. So fantastic stuff. If you haven't subscribed to Orthodox Traditionalists, do it. So that's all. Father Antonio says, good evening. Good evening, Father of Legita. Debt to Compromise says, typical Muslim banter. Harun Shuma says, what's with the beat? It was music that was playing in the next room. Wasn't he a Mason? Yes, because every clergyman in Europe, in Western Europe, under the Moscow Patriarchate had to be a Mason. This is something that was revealed by Father Andrew Phillips about 15, 20 years ago. So that's why he wasn't elevated to the priesthood until he joined Rokorim and then eventually went with Rokorim P. Leonidas says, apparently there's a website for canonically walled off World Orthodox clergy. I can't post the link in the chat. I'd find that amusing. I mean, if you want to jump on just to put it in the private chat, and I'll put it on the screen. I'm okay with that. Debt to Compromise, a snowstorm wins. Yeah, definitely true. Orthodox Ritual asks, did you ever finish reading St. Philaret's letters? I didn't finish the correspondence with Bishop Gregory Grabe. I finished the other St. Philaret book. I'm swamped. Philip Yankovic asks, what happened to the Milan Synod? The Milan Synod basically fell apart. There was a schism that had occurred. A number of bishops and priests, or I should say one bishop at least, and a bunch of priests, like maybe 10 or 11, had been convinced to go under Rokor MP. This was around 2011 or so. We had just entered into intercommunion with our Greek Synod, who had just entered into communion with Metropolitan Raphael's Synod. This caused Metropolitan Apologetics to get upset, and he said, I want nothing to do with that. I'm going to join the Moscow Patriarchate, and literally gave away the parishes in Italy, the buildings. It all collapsed. Metropolitan of Nufria, for example, protested this, and then Metropolitan of Logias ended up giving him his signet ring, and so on and so forth, signifying that he was leaving, and he put Onufrius in charge, and then Onufrius joined the new calendar, and they never got along. And so at this point, there is no Milan Synod. The few bishops in Europe that were there, unfortunately, either went to other synods. In some cases, they passed on. And so the Milan Synod as a structure was no more. And so when we were given autonomy the year before, we just thought it was a great thing for us to act independently. And then we realized we had to pick up all the pieces caused by the departure of Metropolitan Apologetics. That the compromise as it fell apart, you can read upon on the Autonomous Orthodox Metropolitan website. Yes, you can. The history is there. Just click on history. But other than that, okay, so we've got our first questions answered. What does Father Joseph want to talk about? Well, I'm gonna show you what I feel like talking about, because it's kind of scary, and we need to look at this as true Orthodox people. We need to look at kind of the actual state of affairs. People are getting worked up by what's happening in America. People are getting worked up in Minnesota. I know Canada is making moves towards China. But for me, this is the most important thing. And that is that basically there is an completely organized group of people, and it goes as far back as it goes as far in as the lieutenant governor, um, who are organizing these quote unquote protests. They're literally small scale battles with Trump's ICE. And so, this is honestly the first time I think I've ever seen, because even the BLM protests, they were organized by Antifa and so on and so forth. We know that, but they didn't have a clear purpose. No one was going to overthrow the country because Black Lives Matter. But it does appear that the state of Minnesota is actually in active combat against forces of the federal government. This tells me that's civil war in Minnesota, as far as I'm concerned, and I think it's a huge mistake. But I don't live in Minnesota. But I kind of agree with Enrique here that if they are doing sedition against the United States, then maybe it's time for some arrests. Unfortunately, I don't live in Minnesota, so I can't say that. Harashma Yua says they schismed. No, schism's not a verb. We're already in a civil war. Yeah, we are. Let's see. Did you see the Ecumenist letter condemning Christian Zionism from the Patriarch of Jerusalem? Yeah, I did, with the signs with the Roman Catholics on. And I mean, insofar as Zionism is wrong, I would say that, yeah, I would agree with that. A broken clock's right twice a day. If Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew says orange juice is good for you, I'm not going to disagree just because he said it. And so, yeah, that's where we are. So again, this is a live Q&A chat. So if you want to jump on, ask a question, make a comment, just click the link in the top of the chat. It's getting crazy out there. So let me see here. Harassment says schism noun and verb. No, it is a noun, and the diarchs are desperately trying to make it a verb because they hate English or something. I have no idea. Well, what's up in Minnesota? There's Somalis and ISIS involved. That's the pretext. That the year started with the investigation and discovery of massive fraud among Somali daycares, non-existent Somali daycares, to the tune of something like, I think it was like $10 billion or $20 billion. And it was found out by an amateur cameraman who by now is now famous. His name is Nick Shirley. And so it's caused chaos, and the ICE agents are coming in, and this has become a pretext for the left in Minnesota to say that they're being invaded by the federal government. In the process, 2 people have died. There are circumstances, once again, I'm not going to discuss whether it's right or wrong. I leave that to the legal system. But it is being used by shock troops and communists to rile up for civil war. Latin Boy says, are there Matthewite synods claiming that Florinites have no grace or something similar? I mean, technically, that's, once again, yes, that's the official True Orthodox position on everyone who's not in their communion. That is not a surprise at all. And there's what's the word I'm looking for? There's not niceties, but there are qualifications, etc. There are mitigating factors. That's the term I'm looking for. And so that is when you are completely in a true Orthodox milieu, you know that these are people who separated from you at some point, so on and so forth. You know of their existence. It's not like it's different. Like if you're in, say, for example, on the Greek Archdiocese, and you're pointing to old calendars, it doesn't work like that because we're not institutionalized, because Orthodoxy historically is not institutionalized. Philip Yankovic says, what are your opinion on the Matthewites and Bishop Matthew? First off, I think Bishop Matthew is a saint. Second off, I've known many great Matthewite people, and I have family, that came from the Matthewites. I like the Matthewites. I'm a big fan. But that said, I am where I am, and I'm not going to You know, I don't jump. So that's my answer. So if you like the Matthewites and the Matthewites are near you, join the Matthewites. Uh, it's like we're all holding the same ecclesiology at this point anyway. So that's my position. In any case, yeah, and so a lot has been accomplished in the past year or so, and I'm just now noticing that the World Orthodox are really trying to play catch up, and they're pretty mad. A lot of people are joining and becoming True Orthodox, and a lot of them blame me, which is dumb because they have no idea how many True Orthodox resources are all over YouTube. And that I facilitate people finding them by putting them on my front page. But there are lots of True Orthodox channels that are way bigger than we are. How many Matthewite synods are there? I don't feel comfortable answering that because I'm not a Matthewite, but my impression was that there are three. There's the main synod, and then there is the pro God the Father icon people who are. It doesn't make sense because everyone's pro God the Father icon, and then the Kirikites, but I hear they're falling apart. Yeah, but now Leonidas says at least five. But how big are they? Because I know like Amphilochius' synod is just like it was like a couple of hundred people. So not that I'm knocking that, but I'm just saying they're not that big. Philip Yankovic says, I have a question about GOC churches in Toronto. Are you in communion with any churches in there? Our Bishop Lazar is he's outside Toronto. So that would be the closest. But there's a lot of GOC churches in Toronto, like 12 of them, and we're not in communion with them. But if you go what's closest and where you feel most in community. Leonidas says Amphilochius has a minor synod of 3 bishops now. How many parishes are there? I assume it's 3 parishes. But in any case, other than that, it may be a couple more. I don't know, but I don't think it matches the Stephanus synod at all. Harashima Eula says, didn't he have one-hand consecration? Incorrect. He used 2 hands. But that's beside that. That's an old joke. Okay. Anyway, the point is, but he did use 2 hands. So, but the point is, people talk about there were 12 single-handed consecrations. That's incorrect. There was 1 single-handed consecration, then all the other ones were done according to canonical form. So you only needed to correct one of them, and it's like a domino effect. And that kind of happened, but then it was denied and argued. And the point is, for all intents and purposes, everyone's pretty much sure that the episcopate's regularized. Although there have been, like Kyrikos, I believe, did a single-handed consecration later, and I think Amphilochius did a single-handed consecration. So, I mean, if they're not even trying to maintain canonical order, I just don't pay much attention. Harashima Yua says, closest to me is Hakna. I'm not going to recommend Hakna. I don't care how many people say it. I feel like Hakna just tells people to say that. Well, get over your in Yugoslavia, get over your whole giving a mulligan to the dead, and they'll be respectful. Which True Orthodox synod is the strictest and most walled off besides Gregory of Colorado? Gregory of Colorado is not the strictest. You have to understand he's just he's a right renovationist. So, from that perspective, he doesn't recognize St. Augustine. He doesn't recognize a lot of traditional Orthodox practices. So let's see here. Philip Yankovic says, what is Hakna? Hakna originally was a group of Greek and convert parishes in the Rokor that broke off in 1986 with Metropolitan Vitali's Nativity Epistle, where he tried to say that the anathema against ecumenism was only for the local Rokor synod, which kind of didn't make sense because that's anathemas are against something. So let me see here. So they broke off in 1986 and they joined first Akakios of Montreal and then Archbishop Maxentius of Athens. And so they ended up famously trying to collapse the True Orthodox Church of Greece, and they started recognizing the GOCK and then moved to the GOCM, and then GOCM wanted nothing to do with them, and now they're just weird and Yugoslavia heretics. Doesn't Gregory believe his church are the only people who are saved? I would ask him, but from a practical standpoint, yeah. And that is why nobody in True Orthodoxy, not one True Orthodox synod, recognizes Gregory of Colorado and generally condemns him. Crash Blossom says Kirakites are name worshippers. First I've heard of it. Without confirmation, I can't argue. I meant which True Orthodox synod is the most walled off from other True Orthodox synods? Like they believe they're the only one. Well, if you're really like obsessed with that, then I would say join Gregory of Colorado, and I'm sorry for you, and may God have mercy on your soul. Yeah, the Kirakites. Well, I know a couple of Kirakites, and they don't sound crazy. Like that's the thing about being in Gregory's, and you have to kind of accept the crazy. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, Sozomenos does not sound like an insane person. And neither do priests under him. So I can't say that with any, they're not just like Gregory, in the sense that they haven't lost their minds. And then Harashma says, why isn't Gregory True Orthodox? He has a confession of faith. Because Roman Catholics have a confession of faith, but they're not True Orthodox. His confession of faith is Renovationist. It is one that does not recognize the fullness of the saints. It's one that allows you to pick and choose the fullness of the faith. So, yeah. So let me see. Latin Boy says, I want to know so I don't join them. I already know about Gregory of Colorado. I'm confident with most of the people that are in the maps that are there, except for I hope that they took out finally that Jerusalem guy, Ramsey Basalam, that fraud, but I'd have to double check it. And I can do that. So let me figure that one out. So give me a moment. And let's look at a right. I do have a loud intro. All right, so let me take a look if he removed. Yeah, he did. Okay, well then I can take off my warning. Yeah, basically anyone on the two maps, in my opinion, is fine. Let me see here. Didn't the other Matthewites leave Stephanos? They would be a schism. The group that left over the God the Father icon, which it used to be, we used to refer to it as the Thebes group, but I forget his name. But the whole point is they didn't leave Stephanos; they left Andreas. Few people realize Archbishop Stephanos is, from an ecclesiastical standpoint, fairly new on the scene. I think he became the primate, I want to say, in like 2005 or 6. Whereas Archbishop Andreas had been the primate for going on something like 50 years. So in that case, yeah, I mean, they didn't leave Stephanos, they left Andreas. So if you really want to see it that black and white, I would say, yeah, it is most likely they would consider it could be considered a schism. And I say that because their accusation was that the main synod was rejecting icons of God the Father. In reality, they put out a statement saying they didn't reject icons of God the Father. Some people in the synod were asking theological questions, but that didn't mean anything. And that became the pretext for them to leave. So, they've been around a while. Hopefully they work that out, but it's kind of goofy to keep arguing about this God the Father icon when everyone has it. Yeah, it is not fair. Yeah, it is not fair to compare the Kirakites to Gregory. Gregory he's unique. He is unique in how weird he is. And unfortunately, most people, because of the fact that we haven't really organized, True Orthodox have not really organized their internets very well. So he's been very good at projecting this idea that he represents True Orthodoxy, which he doesn't. And then our enemies, Roman Catholics, etc., will use him as an example to cause people to avoid us when they don't actually know us, because they'll just be like, True Orthodoxy is that guy. And that's not working anymore, obviously, because in the age of YouTube, you can see True Orthodox all over the world. Episcopates celebrating, so on and so forth. But that trick isn't working anymore. So let's see here. Alexander P7 Says, it's not goofy. You yourself posted Pope Gregory II speaking on this issue. The fathers of the Seven Ecumenical Council deny the icon of the Father, for we have not seen him. I'm not getting into an Ancient of Days discussion with you. God the Father icon is a colloquial name that is not an official name of the church, but that was what was used in controversy when they tried to remove it at I believe it was the Staglov Council in 1666. Everyone ignored them. I think that somewhere the voice of the people in the church matters. So pretending that like this has never been there is a lie. It's always been there. It's been there historically. There are icons with God the Father's hands or something going back to the 5th century. So it's kind of silly. Every time a TO schisms from another TO doesn't affect grace, correct? I am not going to answer you unless you phrase your sentence correctly. Schism is not a verb, so I'm going to ignore you. Why? Stephanos, true Matthewites? Well, Stephanos is the Archbishop Stephanos is the original group. Let me see here. It says to Latin Boy 305. Staglov is 1551, not 1666. You are right. Which one was the one that condemned the icon and got ignored? And Leonidas says depends. Because whether I admit I'm not a perfect guy with history, but I will say that the icon of God, the whole God the Father icon controversy went to Russia and everyone ignored it. So there we go. Let's see here. So we have been going on for a little bit, and I have not even talked about money because I just haven't had time. Okay, well, let me do that because, frankly, as always, I have to say, please support NFTU. Go to NFTU.net and support in a variety of ways at the bottom of the page. Support us by subscribing or donating at NFTU.net with various options like PayPal, Cash App, BTC, LTC, or XMAR, or on Give, Send, Go. Just look in the description. Also, because people have been asking about merch and I finally decided on something, I will be, God willing, after the book is released, we're going to be coming out with coffee cups. And there's a part of a deeper strategy there. But as for today, the goal, $250, getting bill payments, it's the end of the month. We're going through the rest of it, and we are at 0. So if you want to donate, as always, this is going to be a 2-hour show unless we can get to 75%. And I just realized 75% of 250 is hard math. Give me a second. 75% per 100 is 75. So it's 150. So 75% of 50 would be 3750. So if we can get to, I want to say 187.50, we'll continue for a 3rd hour. So let's go. Let's see here. Leonidas, Debt to Compromise says we can do 250. All right. Easy. Okay, I'm excited. Let's do this. Okay. Anyway, but as it stands, we're at 0. So, all right. So let's see. We've talked about Minnesota at war. I'm kind of mad at, kind of annoyed with Ben from Cleave to Antiquity, because not only has he decided it's going to be running Sunday streams, but he's been saying rude things. I know this because I canceled my membership, but I'm still technically a member. But basically he compared us to monophysites, and I was not pleased with this. So let me add that to the screen because they start mentioning the True Orthodox, and I was like, okay, but he doesn't even know they're just schismatics. That's it. And I'm like, that's not an argument. This is not an argument. It's one thing if you reject the Council of Chalcedon, but is this an argument? Is this an argument?
Church, considering they are from a schism in 451 when Rome and the East were one church. Anyone using this as an argument is either ignorant or disingenuous. Correct. You see this all the time. People like Elijah Yassi, people like Pope Respecter, these guys online that just are not serious online. People will use this argument. Additionally, calling yourself quote-unquote Orthodox doesn't make you Orthodox any more than calling yourself quote-unquote Catholic makes you Catholic. For example, Old Catholics, Sedevacantists call themselves Catholic and are not recognized as such. It's not about Roman Catholics.
By who?
This same response can also
welcome,
be
Father
applied if they
Boniface.
bring up the true Orthodox or genuine Orthodox, the schismatics, the zealots. Next objection. What about the
That's all he said.
Moscow-Constantinople
He's
schism?
just like, whatever. He just oh, well, they're schismatics because we say they're schismatics. It's the stupidest argument ever. Welcome, Father Boniface. How are you doing?
Benedicite, how are you?
Benedicite. How's the weather?
A lot better than yours.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'll just share this. Hold on, because I may as well. Just let me see here. This is our downtown, and I will try to make it bigger. Hold on, share this tab instead. Okay, so let me just see here. All right, so hold on. I gotta. Okay, so let me. First off, let me separate out the Market Street. Market Street. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, and we will make it bigger. This is what it looks like in downtown Wilkes-Barre right now. It's just, yeah, we're just caught. You can see there were a couple of occasional cars like 2 hours ago, but the city has not gone out and plowed the roads yet. That's a main road, by the way. Well, this is the okay. This is kind of the main road, like right here. That's the township. Well, that's Wilkes-Barre Boulevard, barely paved, barely any cars going through. You see an occasional. There's a person there, or no, that's a street sign. Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about with a beep. There is no beep. No idea. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. But anyway, so yeah, so that's Orthodox traditionalist says, I just spent the last 2 hours. Huh? Father?
Hello.
Yes. Did you say it?
I have no audio.
Oh, okay. All right. So Hiroshima, I have no idea what the beep is. Orthodox traditionalist says, I just spent the last 2 hours digging out my cars. Snow here was knee high today. Oh, it's pretty high. And so, whoa, okay, bada bing, we got a donation. And so that actually is 10% of the goal. And that was, I don't know. Should I say name or no? In some cases, I think it's a good idea. But yeah, I'll just say it was Matushka helped us with that, and I will put that up. And so now we're down to 225. Hold on, Father Boniface. I'll be putting you on in a second. I got a donation, and when I get those, it's exciting. So there we are. So welcome back.
All right.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I lost audio. So
all right, I have no idea what this guy is saying. He keeps saying turn off the beep. We don't. Do you hear a beep? I don't hear a beep.
I don't hear a beep.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have another website open? Maybe. Let me see here. Yeah, Interfest and Locking says many examples of such schisms exist where both parties ended up being fully Orthodox. Absolutely true. And Latin Boy says that's actually comforting to know. Yeah, it is. And so, yeah, That's Compromise says no beep. Bob says no beep. Latin Boy says no beep. Yeah, I think it's just you. So it's got to be something open in your browser or something. I mean, I guess you'd have to check. So, yeah, thank you for that donation, bringing us 10% of the way to the goal. Remember, if we get to 75%, we stay for another hour. So, if you are enjoying this broadcast, then please donate. Let's continue on. And so, so what do you think of the stuff that's going on in Minnesota? I mean, on the one hand, the Trump administration is a mess, and on the other hand, that doesn't give us an excuse for civil war. I mean, I don't know what your thinking is.
I mean, you've got a country out of control, and you have a president who's out of control, trying to control a country that's out of control, which is not a good thing. But we do need order, and you see the communists at work disrupting everything.
Absolutely.
It needs to be stopped, and God help us. I mean, we really need a lot of prayer. I can see, I can see some of the world movements as the conflict between, East and West, and the West claims to be this innocent, or the East claims to be this innocent party, but they're not, and they have their policies, and the West has its, and of course, it's all a lot about money and control. Yeah, okay, but
Wow.
who do you want to be controlled by?
On
We
the
have our
snow,
country. Yeah.
Matsushika Stephanie says, I just finished shoveling adventure for the third time in central PA. 10 inches so far, 3 more overnight. Wow. Yeah, it's bad here. We're covered. Let me see here. Harashmi says, must be ATF planning C4 at the door. Okay. I doubt it, but if you think so. Anyway, so that's this is dealing with the craziness that's there. The communists are open now at this point. They're literally like Antifa, etc. They're open. They're just flat out saying let's overthrow the country. They're trying. I mean, I don't know how you do that from Minneapolis, but in any case, stuff needs to be put down. So that's what I have to add. Let me think here. Okay, Ryan Mayana says, are there any good books or movies on Saint Vladimir of Kiev? Not to my knowledge. There might be. There may be. But if anyone in the chat has recommendations, let me know. Latin Boy says, if Chrysostomus of Florina didn't ordain new bishops, how did their lineage continue? They were given bishops clandestinely by bishops of the Russian Church abroad, which was then recognized in 1969. Which technically would be considered, if you watch my last video where I have to do the clip of, all the True Orthodox gripes with each other, that would be considered if it wasn't asked for by the majority of the people, that would be considered an incursion into their canonical territory. So no one's hands are clean here. But that's normal because in the church, people's hands get dirty and cleaned. And Philip Yankovic says, what are your opinions on saying new calendarists are graceless? I used to be of the school that new calendarists, are still part of the church, but they keep acting weirder and weirder. And I like when you start seeing what was the last thing that I saw, this just a day or two ago. Let me just see if I can find it. Let me see here. Okay, yeah. Where you have not this one. There was they just advertised an LGBT Orthodox thing at Fordham, and of course the Ortho Bros are playing like massive defense, like that's the Roman Catholic seminary. Yeah, except that institute is run by the Greek Archdiocese and just got visited by Elpidoporos. And so this is not orthodoxy by any means. They just were put up a thing celebrating the week of Christian unity, where they had 2 bishops of the Greek Archdiocese celebrating prayers with Roman Catholics and Protestants. That's this week. I mean, when does it end? Like, when do people say enough is enough? The truth is, we have the church, we have bishops, we have synods, we're building, we work, and we're continuing the life that they destroyed. So when people ask me, well, do you still think they have grace? Well, maybe like that group that left and isn't commemorating anyone. Maybe, I don't know, but I can't speak for the hedecumenists and Sergianists and communists and sodomite defenders. That's not orthodoxy. It just isn't. No, there's no way that becomes orthodoxy. No level officialdom makes that orthodoxy. God isn't mocked. So let me see here.
The ecumenical movement cooperating with Roman Catholic, Protestant, Orthodox, they're compromising their faith. And so they're compromising with those faiths that do not believe in the Eucharist, the authority of the church, the traditions of the church. And so and not only that, but they've set up their own forms of communion, which are just basically on paper. It's the letter of the law and not the spirit, because the spirit has to have love attached to it. And so when you see these people, they say that the true Orthodox are lacking love. No, they're not. They're the ones lacking love because they're not loving Christ and submitting to him, owning his authority and owning his true church. And so they're creating a new kind of Phariseeism, and which is, again, the letter of the law and not the spirit.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to some questions. Oh, I made my screen disappear. Let's see here. Philip Yankovic says, so the ordination of the Florentine bishops is uncanonical. I would say was uncanonical and was corrected in 1969 by the reception by Rocor. No matter who is right on that, the new calendarists will be graceless. Yeah, that's true. Latin Boy says, since Florentites now agree with Matthewites over new calendarists not having grace, what's keeping them from going into communion with each other? Leonidas says lots of historical baggage. That's true. Between 1972 and 1976, they were actually in communion with each other, but they were still fighting each other, and that eventually broke apart. And so let me see, Leonidas, how do you access the private chat? Come on the screen, like join like a person. Like if you were joining in, like click the link at the top of the chat or on the side if you're on X, like the StreamYard chat. And then I won't put you on unless you want to be. If you want to just stay underneath, then you can just put it in the private chat, and then I can put it up. So you just join, and then you'll see private chat. Shimuyua says, Father, there is a loud beep in the other room. According to all our other listeners, not our other room. So let me see here. Stephanie says, Unseen Warfare post today that the WCC has admitted a Satan worshiping group to their ranks. Wow. That's crazy. If anyone has a link to that, again, pop on, put it in the private chat. You don't have to jump on. Although, if you do want to jump on, you can. Philip Yankovic asks, why and how do you think the infiltration of the Masons in World Orthodoxy happened? It's not a why or how. We know how. They historically, during the period of, the Great Game, when everyone was fighting for supremacy, the British Empire worked into the Greek Empire, worked into the Greek kingdoms, and many individual, even bishops, fell into its sway before and shortly after the Communist Revolution. Okay, hold on. Welcome, John H. Oh, okay. Hold on.
I'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back in a second. Okay. So, yeah. And so, basically they had already been working their way in. And as the Orthodox situation changed with the fall of the Russian Empire, the fall of the Greek Kingdom, so on and so forth, opportunists took opportunities. And that's how they did it. And so that's what you do. Okay, let's see here. Somehow, sometimes too says, I am new to praying home reader services, and the Lenten Triodian is next week. What is a Triodian, and how do I prepare for this? For people who are new to praying the liturgical services by themselves, I highly recommend, even though he is World Orthodox, he's been doing it for so long, I recommend it. Go to stjonah.org. And go to services, because there's a lot of helpful instructions on how to do reader services. Father John Whiteford started that before he joined the MP, and they're pretty good. And so, yeah. Dead to Compromise says, we're not hearing the beep. Philip Yankovic says, there's no beep. Harashmish says, I hear it. I don't hear a beep either. So what was Bishop Cyprian right, and what was he wrong about? If you're talking about Metropolitan Cyprian, what he was right about was that he did receive new calendars by chrismation. What he was wrong about was the opinion that maybe the World Orthodox were sick, and that's just not something that's found in Orthodox ecclesiology. Harashima U.S. says, Father Boniface, where did you get those goggles?
I got them off of Amazon because they are protecting me from the blue light. My eyes are giving me trouble. So I thought.
Speaking of which, yeah, my glasses are actually broken. However, I did some reorganizing and I found the eyeglass repair kit. So hopefully I will have my glasses back soon, because this ain't working. Everything's just slightly blurry, and I'm not a big fan. So, all right, let's see here. What do we got going on? Those who hear a beat must be full of new wine. Interesting. Latin Boy says, what's the money goal for today? Well, since you asked, Latin Boy, I do have to say, help us keep the lights on. Support us by subscribing or donating at NFTU.net with various options like PayPal, Cash App, BTC, LTC, or XMR, or on Give, Send, Go. Just look in the description. The current goal is 225. It's down from 250. We currently had 25. Thank you for the donation there. So if you are looking to make a donation to help, remember our target to go 3 hours is 187.50. I should actually just put that. I should just put the 3 hour target. The 2 hour target, I will say. The 2 hour target is now 162.50. If we can make 162.50, why I'm giving myself more math, I don't know. But if we can get to 162.50 more, because we hit 25, we will go for another hour. So that's how it's going to work. I'm going to do more math. I don't like math. Anyway, so that's your answer, Latin Boy. The total goal right now is 225 to hit the goal, and we've currently hit 25, and the target is 162.50 within 2 hours. So if by 10:30 we make it to 162.50, we'll go for 3 hours and see if we can make the rest. Otherwise, we will have failed. All right, so let's go back to the banners. So let's see here. So what else is going on? It seems like all of a sudden Sunday at 8:30 seems to be the most popular time for other people to stream. So let's see if we can invade anyone or make comments. Let's take a look. Doobadoo. Doobadoo. All right. No, nothing interesting. Okay, so let's continue. One thing we do here is video reviews. So if video reviews help, that would be great. Raphael XCIC says, do you believe both Bishop Matthew and Chrysostomus of Florida were both saints? I've been wanting to ask your opinion of Bishop Matthew. As I said earlier in the stream, yes, I do believe he's a saint. Yes, I do believe Metropolitan Chrysostomus of Florida is a saint. And I'm really starting to... Father Joseph, did you go to SIR Church, Holy Sin Resistance Church before? No, I never had a reason. And there was never one around me. One thing we have to realize is we have human concerns as well, practical concerns. Like, I'm not 100% ideological on anything. I've visited lots of True Orthodox churches, especially in the tri-state area. But from what I understand, at the SIR churches were mostly like in the Midwest and in the west coast of the U.S. I've never been to the west coast of the U.S. We had a sound. Okay, interesting. Okay, double interesting. Someone has given me something to cover, and I will be looking at it. So give me a second. And we received $25 from Daniel Pay, our DP. I'm gonna say, $25. Thank you so much. And Sue, gonna put that up because that helps us massively to the goal. And hold on, I gotta do the math now. So the goal is now down to 200, currently at 50, and the 2 hour target is now, oh boy, subtraction 62 minus 25. 37. Yes, 137.50. So that's it. We're now down to 137.50 to make it to the third hour. Can we do it? Can we do it? Let me see here. Any opinion on, let me see. Father's blessed. Keep my coworker and friend Dylan in your prayers. He's currently inquiring into orthodoxy and so receptive. Pray for his conversion. Yeah, absolutely. May God enlighten him and lead him to the fullness of all truth. Any KK says, any opinion on the Union of Orthodox journalists? Talk to one of them by the net. Claim to be fairly conservative Orthodox, hard to tell by their pages. The Union of Orthodox Journalists is kind of semi-sponsored by the Ukrainian Orthodox Church of the Moscow Patriarchate. They've been around for a pretty good long time. We've had our occasional run-ins. I have occasionally reported on the other side of their stories. They've occasionally reported on the other side of mine, and occasionally, you know, I mean, I know them, and I know their New American branch. I've talked to their New American guy, and so nice people, but you know, they're basically World Orthodox, but they try to be as honest as they can. So I'll give them props for that. Harashima US has told you beeping. Nobody is hearing the beeping, unless you're talking. Are you talking about my phone? That's not beeping. That's a ringtone or a sound tone. And we like hearing those because it means something good might be happening. Is it true Ephraim and Paisius were commemorating? They were endorsing them. And unfortunately, Father Ephraim, you know, failed and fell away. So that, yeah. And Paisius was a non-commemorator. No, he was not. I thought he didn't, and then after some time he did. Yeah, he didn't for some time. He actually joined ROCOR before it was MP, got threatened, and then went back to and said Constantinople's the best. No, Raphael says, I apologize. I didn't hear you say you saw them both as saints earlier. Thank you for your honest assessment. Well, what I was going to say is, like, with the glorification of St. Philaret and even Metropolitan Vitaly in the ROCOR Agapungel, we have to start asking questions, not necessarily about whether our views on who should be elevated are too lofty, but maybe there's just more holiness around us than we realized, and maybe we weren't good at seeing it. Yeah, so Hirashima says, always not what I read, and Leonidas correctly notes, no, only from 1970 to 1972. That is correct, sir. Briefly. Malarkey. Sorry, Harashima Yua. So we're seeing, hold on. And now I was sent something. by someone. I don't know if he wants to be named, but I am going to look it up and see what he has to say. Wow, I have a monitor here that I've switched monitors, and this one's big and bright. All right, so it's a Facebook link. Facebook. What is it? Oh, okay. This is the ecumenists. This is another set of ecumenists. Here we go. Let's put up some ecumenists. Because, they're not real. They don't do that. This is the week of prayer for Christian unity. So this is when they all get together. And you can see there, this is I don't know if what is this? The OCA's Archdiocese of San Francisco? Who is this Archdiocese? This is, okay, this is a Roman Catholic Archdiocese of San Francisco. And this is Metropolitan Gerasimos of Goark. And here they are with, you know, their little joint prayers. I guess this is in a Roman Catholic church, and there he is speaking, looking so formal. And they all get together, and look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at all that unity. Come on. Isn't this what we want? Isn't this what we want? No, it isn't. We don't want this at all. This is disgusting. But anyway, let me see. Our St. Vitaly, Orthodox traditionalist says our St. Vitaly book will be coming out probably at the end of the year. Will be just as thick as the St. Philaret of New York book. Oh boy, this one's going to be crazy. Yeah, Leonidas with a member chat. Elpidophoros officiated at Elder Ephraim's funeral. Correct. And you know, RZ and Gar, look at that. Don't they look all uniony in their Roman Catholic Church with the little Stonehenge around it? Like, you know, just anyway. Okay, so let me shut off the ticker for a while, and hopefully I'll see some hopefully we'll hit the target. We're not far. We're only like 137.50, and we stay for 3 hours. But let's see here. Yeah, so it's pretty gross. You know, let me see if there are any more pictures. Is it hopefully that's it? Oh, there's some. Yeah, okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's World Orthodoxy for you, everybody. Like this is what it is. Like people are like, they don't want to, anyone who anyone who doesn't admit that they just wanted to be in communion with Roman Catholics, I think, is not telling the truth. Because why else would you do that? You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. So, yeah, this has been crazy so far. So, I mean, I'd ask what you think of it, Father, but for us, it's like this is old hat. We've seen like hundreds of these. So, but this is new. This is the latest.
Yeah.
Let me see. There was the other one I found on Twitter. What was that? That was again for the week of Christian. Oh, this is the same guys. It's the same pictures. So that was put up by yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Like, oh, where did I'm putting this up for free. This. How did you like the 20? I loved it. Like, you know, it's more of a scammer, but wow, that's great. You have to do this every year. Just to give you an idea of what we're talking about here. Oh, okay. Let me see here. Yeah, Leonida says no in answer to that question. No, he didn't persecute. Bless fathers, I'm late. God bless you in the name of the Father, and the Holy Spirit. And yeah, where can we find that? I'm gonna pull it up right now because you can get it. It's free. It's a download. Give me a moment, and I will get that link and I will put it there. Is it chronology of ecumenism? There it is. Okay, so here you go. You can download the 2025 chronology of ecumenism, over 100 pages. It's free, and it is there's every major event where they were doing ecumenism or something like that. You just have to go to orthodoxtraditionalist.com/chronology, and there you can just download it. Totally worth it. It's useful for your World Orthodox friends when they say, but the patriarchs haven't really done anything ecumenical recently, because that's what they're told by their priests. Then you can hit them, bam, with this book. Or it'll be electronic, so it'll be a tablet, and you can be like, bam, and then you just go through it for over 100 pages. And there you go. There you go. You covered 2025. So hopefully this is a regular thing for Subdeacon Nectarius, because definitely it's worth it. I don't know. Are those feet? Someone did an emoji of feet. Okay. Anyway, so the point is, let's, as we continue on. So definitely, the ecumenism in these bodies is so rampant that all they can do is pretend that it doesn't exist. So let's continue on. Let's see here, and looking for more questions, comments, etc. Remember, this is a live Q&A, so if you want to jump on stream to ask a question or make a comment, click the link at the top of the chat. Also, as always, it's cafe time. If you're trying to get registered at frosenoscafe.com, let us know in the comments. Definitely recommend it. It's been kind of busy over the past couple of days. It's not for everyone, but it is, a True Orthodox forum, and we like maintaining it. What do we got here? New question. Why didn't Bishop Chrysostomos of Florida ordain new bishops for the genuine Orthodox Greece, though? That is a question which will remain a mystery, as nobody can read Metropolitan Chrysostomos of Florida's mind. The closest we can get is that he genuinely believed, because he was very well connected in the Church of Greece before the new calendar schism, that he had people inside telling him that it was going to be resolved soon, while they were persecuting True Orthodox on the streets. Remember, under some of this period, Metropolitan Chrysostomos was under house arrest, so he had no idea what was going on outside, whereas Bishop Matthew did. So this is, I think, part of the reason why that he, at the end of his life, he basically suggested to people that they should probably try to join under Bishop Matthew's synod and get the synod, recognized or regularized, etc. Okay, don't know what that one means either. Okay, Tawny Shields says the new GOCK parish in Louisiana had a very blessed visit from Metropolitan Demetrius this weekend. It was on their Facebook Live. Well, glory to God. I hope that went well. As I mentioned, I'm not a fan of Facebook. I mean, I can search for it if you want, but I don't like the Facebook. Thank God. That one guy I was talking to on Twitter who claimed to be a friend, that's done. So I deleted Discord. It is gone. I will never use it. I am looking for Metropolitan Demetrios. Okay. I see the interview. Okay, that's like from 4 years ago. Seeing a thing with Metropolitan Pablos, Hostel James Church. I don't see this. I'm probably going to need some sort of link. What do you think here?
Father
Is
Mark's
there?
Church, is that what it is?
Oh yeah, I think so. Okay, I think I
Oh.
found it, but it's a live stream. Let me see how long it is. Okay, that's 2.5 hours. How about this? I'm just gonna put this on the screen, but we're not gonna watch 2.5 hours of a service. Give me a moment. So yeah, they are. No, it's not on their YouTube feed. I did find it on the Facebook. Hold on, and there we go. Let's see. We'll skip around a little because obviously, Okay, there we go. It's a nice little church. It's got a very straightforward design. It's really nice. If you go to St. Peter the Aleutians Church, you can page on Facebook. You can see it there. The audio is not working for me right now, so I'm going to let that go. But it is there, so you can take a look at it. Yeah, it should be on the YouTube feed, but it's not. What the heck is this? What are you putting on? These are tiny little emojis, and I swear they're weird. What is that? What is that? Don't be weird. Orthodox traditionalist says Roak is about to come in here and start stomping. Maybe, but I mean, maybe not. I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen on these streams. I'm waiting for some challenges. I'm waiting for someone to cause let's cause a ruckus. But someone's got to be ruckus causing. We were almost certain Aladdin was going to be back here, kind of mad. He started at the beginning. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, guys. Like, it's the whole point of the show is that stuff happens. We cover the newest, newest and latest developments, and that's just one of them. So if people want to come in with questions, comments, challenges, if you want to jump on the stream, just click the link at the top of the chat. That's what it's for. But while we're doing that, time to remind, because it is now the final hour if we do not change something here. And that is to say, help keep the lights on. Support us by subscribing or donating at NFTU.net with various options like PayPal, Cash App, BTC, LTC, or XMR, or on Give, Send, Go. Just look in the description. And as always, the goal now is 200. We've raised 50. The target to keep on for hour 3 is 137.50. If we can break 137.50, we will stay on for another hour. So basically, converts to True Orthodoxy need to look for our map on the bottom of the description. There are 2 maps. Click on them, find the one that's closest to your house, and if there's nothing close to your house, follow my videos on Typica so that you can pray and help develop community in your area. That's how it's going to go. Welcome, Reader John.
Father bless.
May God bless you in the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
It's cold out there.
Oh, how is it in your neck of the woods?
Well, we had a little bit of snow and then it got washed away by the rain, but it's still cold.
Okay, so you have cold rain. Father Boniface is warm. And I am covered in I'm in a snow globe. So basically that's where we are, folks.
Well,
but the roads are quiet though.
It's not warm rain though, believe me.
No.
It's getting cold down here too. They're threatening a freeze for North Florida, and so they're saying maybe even a little bit south. So it's
Go save the oranges.
This next week's going to be cold for us too.
Save the oranges.
Save the oranges.
Well, I know we need people to come down here with umbrellas or something. I don't know.
So I take it Aladdin had a little bit of a tantrum.
He wrote at the beginning, and he had his little
I
crash
saw that.
out. And,
Yeah. He only likes arguing or debating on his terms.
Yeah, which basically means speaking incessantly in the
And
classic
doesn't like
Dawa way.
Yeah, and doesn't like clarifications.
Sounds
well.
a bunch of the other guys too, like Ryan or any of these other guys.
Yeah. Let me see here. Crow Electro Style says, "Why are you not Catholic? And part of these random sects, heretical offshoots of Eastern European churches." I would ask.
We are Catholic.
We are Catholic in the real sense. You, if you are under the Pope, are not Catholic. Philip Yankovic, 7097 says, "Father Joseph, are you married?" Yes, I am. So if you want to come on Crow Electro Style and defend the papacy, we'll be glad to. I mean, you're totally welcome. Latin Boy 305 says, "Can you explain what happened in 1913 regarding name worshiping, and then in 1914 regarding the same?" Yeah, in 1913, the hammer came down on the name worshipers for their heretical stuff, and they had to repent. And in 1914, they confirmed that many of them followed that, and so those people had repented and become part of the church. That's what happened. So
until the 21st century, where everybody lost their mind.
Yeah, everyone lost their mind, stopped learning how to read history, and just decided we're going to bring back whatever. Let's bring back random heresies. That's a good question. Leonidas asked, "Did Anthony Bolatovich die repentant?" With a member chat. Remember, if you remember, you get your chats on the screen. To my knowledge, he rejected the repentance and was killed by a gang of robbers. Like his house got robbed, I think a couple of months later.
Oh, wow.
Carl Lecter says, "You already got cooked by Yasi. I'm not into arguing with people who chat GPT their answers." Okay, listen here, little robot. Unfortunately, because I think our debate performance was relatively complete, the fact that I made a reference to ChatGPT in the questions and answers prompted no less than Alan Rule, another one of your respected apologetic leaders, to make a Twitter thing and go, "Oh, he said ChatGPT. He is completely and totally incompetent." And the fun part is that I then copied my opening, which actually the opening itself got quite a lot of views, none of which Elijah Yasi answered. And you're here telling me I chat GPT my answers.
It says the group that has a Magisterium AI.
Yeah, which I beat.
You notice they had to rebrand it.
Yeah. I enjoyed that debate. I knew it was going to go badly. But, yeah, so did I get cooked by Yasi? No, I didn't get cooked by Yasi. I think I actually did quite well, and that's why you're saying chat GPT, because you don't know any better. What? Hold on. Okay, D helped keep the light on. And so that means we have another $25 donation. We are now up to 75, and the goal now drops to 175 for total, and now it drops to 112.50. We're close. We are close, and I'm going to add that. That's another 25. And
I apologize. After the last one, I fell asleep, so that's why I sent it to you the next day.
That's okay. I appreciated it. But we're now on target. If we can get to 112.50, we will go for another hour. Otherwise, we're going to do the losing theme, and the show shall end. So that's where we are. Again, total goal is 175. We're currently at 75, and the 2-hour target is 112.50. And we have just under 51 minutes to make it. Can we do it? I don't know. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we don't.
I feel optimistic.
That's just how it goes. I'm feeling optimistic too, actually. This is great. Thank you so much to everyone for helping keep the lights on, because nobody else does it. Yeah.
As long as we don't go down a Muslim rabbit hole, I'll feel optimistic.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, if at this point, if he wants to call in, he won't. He's mad now. We have offended him. He has been offended.
He has 30 years of scholarly learning.
Offended.
Sorry, 30 plus years.
Yeah. Name worshiping. Sure, I can explain this. Name worshiping, glorification, and name fighting. Name worshipers use these two terms, name worshiping and name glorification, almost interchangeably, depending on who they're talking to. What they really are is name worshipers, which means they worship the name of God as part of the essence of God, which is impossible because it is created, which would make it not the essence of God. Name fighting is attacking Orthodox Christians who do glorify the name of God in their prayers because they don't want to join their crazy sect. Hope that helps. I hope that helps. Orthodox use says, Father bless, may God bless you in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Debt to compromise says, well, no, it's Hiroshima says, yeah. Oh, Debt to compromise says, stop trolling, and Hiroshima sent what looks like a tiny vacuum cleaner. Okay, so yeah, that's so. I'm trying to think here. We've covered, a couple of things. Minneapolis is a nightmare, as you know. We've kind of covered Cleave to Antiquity. As Ben from Cleave to Antiquity has now moved from, it's just
I missed that. What happened?
Yeah, he just threw in the True Orthodox along with the Monophysites, and was just like, well, they're schismatics, and
yeah.
no
But
reason
if you watch his live streams, he still doesn't even know what Orthodoxy is.
Yeah.
That's why I have so many guests on.
Saleya 3115 says, I'm considering apostolic Christian churches. One thing that draws me to Rome is more their influence in history, Catholicity, and miracles that are pretty strong in evidence. Well, if you want, you can come on and we can discuss it. It's fine. But I will point out that the reason Rome isn't so amazing in history is, first off, their influence in history is completely subjective, how you look at it. In the 6th century, for example, if you were a Nestorian, you would have the same view as the Roman Catholic today. You would have churches that are going, into the Midwest of Europe all the way to China. You would have thought that your church was the true church. That said, you're still a Nestorian. So things change over history. Rome and Orthodoxy, for example, were roughly equal, and at some points Orthodoxy larger until the conquest of the New World, which is the 16th century.
I remember going to places overseas where they supposedly had like incorrupt relics and finding out they're not so incorrupt.
Yeah, like the wax masks,
the wax and the silicone or silicone and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then Orthodox traditionalist says, isn't he Antiochian? No, he's unbaptized. If you're talking about Ben, so he hasn't been received yet. Leonidas says, has their influence been good though? That's not a false argument. There have been some negatives. Yeah, you should invite Antiquity on here. Ever since he joined the Diorites, he's not coming back.
I don't think Catechumen should be speaking on YouTube, to be honest.
No, he was already there, so I can't hold him. I can't hold him again. I hold that against him.
Well, I mean, I can understand when he's speaking about Protestantism, but I mean,
yeah, he shouldn't be
a hierarchy.
He shouldn't be dipping into Orthodox disputes, but I believe he's being pushed on it. So,
oh yeah.
Leonidas said, I just read how the Catholic Church built Western civilization, how Catholic art saved the faith by historians. So I would say yes. Before the split, you have to realize that for us, the Catholic faith is preserved in Orthodoxy. So before 1054, all that stuff that was happening in the West, for the most part, was Orthodox and good. We're actually okay with that. But you have to recognize it doesn't transfer into the Hildebrandian papacy and beyond. Yeah. After that, Roman Catholicism becomes insane. So, we stick with the original. Yep.
The Enlightenment and the Renaissance are problematic for us,
to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right before the split, there was man miracles, but look at the historical mess they've created since. Yes. Who is he with, though? I thought it was the OCA until you said Antiochians. Chion Template Father Mark says the visit of Metropolitan Demetrius was fantastic. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed his time with us. It was a joy. And Kyle says, is the okay? Kyle, I don't know if it's Kyle or KK, says, is the Orthodox perfect? No, but we've held closer to the true faith. We have preserved it. Yeah, we've preserved the true faith. So it's that simple. Yep. Oh, okay.
It's even in the liturgy.
Leonidas says, how about the sack of Constantinople, the Teutonic Knights, and Chisinavit? All valid questions. And It's a member chat. So just remember, if you want your question on the screen and you don't super chat, strangely, we've had a number of donations, but no super chats today. You want it on the screen, super chat or member chat. What was the understanding of the early church fathers regarding the topic of God's name? What was the difference between them and what Hakna is doing? In short, the fathers really weren't talking about God's name the way that the Bolatovichites and Hakna, etc., talk about it. So the understanding of the early church fathers was not that of what Hakna is doing. DTC says, check, give, send, go. Okay, I will do that.
I would say that the fathers knew that there was power in the utterance of the name of the Lord.
Whoa!
But they didn't set it aside as a whole thing.
DTC like with a big, big donation. This is almost the full game changer. If you guys want us to go 3 hours, we are really close because DTC said check the give, send, go, and I did, and that's $85.
Whoa!
And so, yep. So we are now at $85. This is where math gets hard. Okay, so we're down to $90 for a total goal. I should really just get the Jeopardy.
2750, right?
Sounds right. I'm going to go with it.
It was 112.50, right?
Yeah, 112.50, and so yeah, 27.50. Okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna get the Jeopardy theme just so that I can.
27.50.
We're now at 160 total, and
don't ask me to do algebra, but I can do that.
Our target's 27.50 to go to 3 hours, guys. We can do this. All right. Whoa, Tom Katsafanas with a super chat. Boom. $13.99. Good evening. Here's first super chat. Blessing, Father. God bless you. Watching football too and trying to listen to you too. Yeah,
so
well,
14.
We're better than most sports commentators. So yeah.
So 13.50 left, guys.
We got 13.50 left. And we'll be going for 3 hours. What? This is great. Okay, so
13.50.
Add Tom Katsafanas with 14. And we do the 1350 will get us to the third hour. And hold on, adding 14, we're at 174.
Oh, and you heard a ding.
I heard a ding, but it was actually more. It was actually information from.
I hear beeping.
Yeah, so we're down to now, I guess that would be 76. And so we are really close, guys. Can we make it to a third hour? I don't know, but we're about to find out, good folks. And so let's continue on. So yeah, thank you for that, Tom. And we continue on, and we are so close. We are 14.50 away. I have to wait.
13.50.
I have to wait for it to scroll on the screen.
13.50.
Our target now is 13.50 to go to a third hour.
Oh, we're digging.
Oh, hold on. I just got one. Okay. Bada bing. And it does cover it. It was one from another D. You know who you are. We all do. Well, no, we don't all do. I do, but it counts. And it was, okay, 13.50. It was actually 13.50. So hold on.
0. I know that math.
Yeah. So now, just to put it on, the target is gone. Okay. We're going to add that 187.50. And now the goal is just 13.63. Our goal is $63.50. That is our goal for the evening. If we hit that, we will hit the target for tonight. But we are now in the clear for
3/4
for the third hour. So we may as well just play this one winning, and then if we get another one, if we can complete the hour, it's going to be great.
Winning.
That is this is we did it. There's a minute left in the game. Yeah, that's how this kind of felt like here. The game. We got there. The Ninth Ecumenical Council, 1341, exactly. Yeah. Celaya says, why didn't EOS convene any ecumenical councils since the split? Would you believe that I spent the beginning of the show answering this exact question? The reason why you don't think ecumenical councils existed after the split is because you are falling for a Roman Catholic mythicization of history. The Council of 879 was before the schism and was the correct. The Council of 1285 in Blockernay was a pan-Orthodox council. The Palamite councils of 1341 are often considered the Ninth Ecumenical Council because they had the sanction of the emperor. The Council of 1484 condemning Florence was universally accepted by Orthodox, and that is not called ecumenical because there was no emperor. The Council of 1672 in Yassi, the Council of 1672 in Jerusalem, the Council of 1872 in Constantinople. There were councils the whole time. The whole time.
Yeah, you can't call it ecumenical if there's no empire.
Jeem, hello, welcome. What are the main topics tonight? We don't have any main topics. We just
whatever you want.
It's looking like a Patriots Seahawks Super Bowl. Could be interesting, yes. Do theme each show. Come on. I do the theme each show. Philip Yankovic says, Father Joseph, did you play any sports growing up? I unofficially played a little bit of, European football, and then I joined the high school football team. I also studied martial arts, and after high school football, within probably a month of joining, I quit sports.
I got a theme: angry and strange live chat. There you go.
EDC says, welcome to Jeem. Jeem says, hello, Donut Man. Donuts. Yeah, the 19th Ecumenical Council, 1341. Denise Little Wing says, winning. Thank you. Awesome. And I have to thank everyone who helps. This is so awesome. If no emperors, it's just pan-Orthodox. You're correct, but so what? It's still authoritative. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Same level as ecumenical. So Roman Catholics try to convince you that we stopped having councils, but the whole thing's a lie. It's an easily disproven lie.
And sometimes locals in it's carry more weight.
Yeah. Well, Lila says, thanks for answering. That was a good answer. Didn't know there were more ecumenical councils. Absolutely. Read up there. You'll find them. There. Just look up Eastern Orthodox councils, and you'll learn a lot more. Okay, let's see. Is there any country that has an Orthodox Christian as head of state, or are there any prospects? I mean,
there are claims.
There are people who claim to do that, but
they're usually World Orthodox.
Yeah, it's not that good. It's not that good. Unfortunately. Let me see here. I got sent something. Okay. I'm going to look this up. Occasionally I get information from various and sundry people. And this time I will say it was a message.
A little bit of scuttle.
A message from a certain subdeacon who's friended our channel before.
Gotta watch out for them subdeacons.
But in any case, let's take a look here what we got. And this, he says it's very interesting. And so let me see here. Okay. I'm going to try to
press the star key.
What?
Somebody's on the phone.
Oh no, my voicemail's on. It made no sense. I didn't press that. Ghost in the machine. All right, so let's share the screen. This came from, as I mentioned. What? Okay, now that's just people talking loud in the background. Really, I gotta close the door. All right, let's put this up on the screen, and let's see here. So this is apparently a conversation had with Timothy Honeycutt, who's former Orthodox Ethos. And someone asked, are you still in Roquefort MP, wondering because you commented about the redacted Father Ephraim? And he responded, I'm in the OCA, message me privately if you wish. And I can confirm he has told me that years ago he was. He then said, "Thanks." I don't know who Spoiled Millennials is, but I guess this is almost a month ago here. So Deacon, he said, "Thanks. Trying to understand the absurdity of your unfortunate position. I thought maybe you'd changed your mind, as I and many others did, according to the facts being revealed. May God have mercy on us all in these confusing days." He said, "I'm still working this out as it's all confusing and multifaceted. For me, as my family is very connected to the parish, as long as I can conclude that the OCA is part of the church, then the question of the joining the GOC, for example, is very different than concluded. That if I conclude the OCA is not part of the church, even though I am far more sympathetic to the GOC than I used to be." What?
Whoa. Hello.
What is that? You know what that requires. That's
Wait, that is the Timothy Honeycutt. Winning.
Oh, apparently this is new, and there is one GOC parish, only one GOC parish. One near me is still far away, but I no longer see a justification for. Wow.
Wow, I've heard him in interviews.
Exhumanist. This is a new word, exhumanist. Knowing that they are neither exhumanists nor defenders of exhumanists. Like, why would you misspell that? Like, you're trying to hide.
No, they're ex-humanist. They're
executimist.
Ex-ecumenist.
Yeah.
Ex-humanists.
So this is interesting. Okay, I don't know what is this? What is
Well,
this?
he has a strong devotion to Father Seraphim, so I'm surprised he didn't retaliate when his buddy at Orthodox Ethos there even admitted that they were redacted.
I think it's possible he didn't know. I think it's shocked.
Well, yeah, he's young.
That was actually one of the top rated videos that we did last year. Like, a lot of people, I don't think, knew.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Salela says, "Why do I see many Eastern Orthodox disagree on essential things such as actus purus, validity of sacraments in Rome, original sin, rebaptism, type of distinctions, and essence and energy?"
Wow.
No real Orthodox is going to be arguing about the essence energy distinction. If they are, they're probably just some internet inquirer. Rebaptism, that's fairly universal among true Orthodox, and it's not rebaptism; it's baptism of Latins. It's just something that comes from that. Original sin, we have ancestral sin. Functionally, they're the same thing. Validity of sacraments in Rome. No true Orthodox believe that Rome has valid sacraments anymore.
We don't even use that language per se.
Yeah. And actus purus, I don't even know what you're talking about there. It sounds like people in the J. Dyer circle, these are things they're always talking about. And you probably think you're talking to a guy named Orthodox because he has like a little cross emoji and he might not have even walked into a church. So let me see.
Ain't that the truth?
So about how many more official Eastern Orthodox council after the 8th Ecumenical Council were there, or is it too many to count? No, it's about 8. So it's about 16 total councils.
Roughly.
So yeah, roughly 8 to 9. I haven't counted them. I mean, I could. I guess we could just go to Orthodox Wiki and they're going to list the 2016 and 1923 councils, which are obviously disputed. The Church of Poland got rid of theirs, got rid of 1923. So, okay, so Orthodox Wiki's dead. I could just ask ChatGPT. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Oh. Anyway.
You could ask Gemini.
As Gemini. Then Alan
don't ask Grok
be like,
because look. That's the answer.
Yeah. Let me see here. Okay, so recognized by Eastern Orthodox. Okay, Trillo. Yeah, that looks like it's 6.
Ding.
Yeah, and that goes up to 1872. So I would say 6. So 6 plus 7, that's 13 ecumenical councils. There you go. And let's see what the ding was for. He deleted this message, looks like. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Let's see here.
I got pressure.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. James says, it's Internet Chronic Eastern Orthodox when all you hear is actus purus and rebaptism. Nobody talks like this in real life. That's true. That's true. It's so true. Hiroshima says, I bet Timothy comes to the GOC soon. I don't know that that's going to happen, but, at the very least, I think he's starting to rethink how things really work. And so, God willing, that would be great. But
Well, especially if OTP and different YouTube channels keep hammering the nail into the coffin. So,
well, I'd say that I wouldn't say that Father Peter Ears is in the coffin. If he is, he's pushing his way
well,
up.
I'm talking
He's
about
still
the
doing
World
well.
Orthodox narrative. Father.
Yeah. I get you. Remember, Hiroshima, that people thought that Cleve, Ben from Cleve to Antiquity, he heard our arguments, he heard everything, he kind of seemed to agree with it and kind of hammer them with it. Next thing you know, one day he's like, I've joined the, whatever. I don't think about it. Let's continue on. So we are now in the 30th minute of the second hour. We have already made it to the third hour by hitting 75%. Can we hit our goal? Help keep the lights on. Support us by subscribing or donating at NFTU.net with various options like PayPal, Cash App, BTC, LTD, or XMR, or on Give, Send, Go. Just look in the description. Our goal is down to $63.50. So this is pretty cool. We made it to the 75%. So we are now just, moving forward. And so thank you to everyone who's got us this far. It always helps. And if we do another stream for the week, we will keep this number. So we will keep the goal basic. That's the way I'm looking at it. Again, it is cafe time. If you want to, if you're trying to get registered at frozenuscafe.com, let us know in the comments. And as always, it's a live Q&A. So if you want to jump on the stream to ask a question or make a comment, just click the link in the top of the chat. We are here to, Orthodox Traditionalist says the Orthodox ethos era is already dead. He peaked. Latin Boy says, did anyone at any point notify Cleve to Antiquity about the 3 anathemas regarding the Gregorian calendar? If so, what was his response? I think he earnestly studied us. I'm pretty sure that it was brought up to him, but I think that he had underlying desires to go someplace else.
He probably just glossed over it mentally.
What?
He probably just glossed over it mentally, just didn't even.
He was already trying to ignore what we had to say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So Layla says, actus purus means God being pure act. No passive potentiality, can't change. And I heard some that say that distinction between essence and energy is a formal one. Oh, I wouldn't say it's a formal one as it is a perspective one. God's energies act within creation. That's him acting in creation, whereas his essence is unapproachable. So it is the same God, but I like to, people always tear this apart, even though I'm starting to think it's pretty good. I like to use the analogy of a fish tank. God's essence being the person outside the fish tank, you being the tiny fish inside the fish tank, and the perspective of, say, being fed or having a hand stuck in or something to that effect. When what's in the fish tank can be considered the energies, you can't perceive what's outside that because as a small fish, it doesn't make sense. I hope that kind of clarifies. And so whatever happened to Jacob from the Lukites? I don't know. I wished him Christ is born on Nativity. I think he's just busy. I know he was creating a new channel, but he hasn't written to me in a while. I don't know where he is. So we'll see. Let's see. Latin. So I wrote him a lengthy email. He didn't reply. He's more interested in being micro famous so he can hang on to Dyer's coattails. Yeah, that's become obvious. Solella 3115 says, can you explain the toll houses and what you need to believe about them as Eastern Orthodox, and why is purgatory wrong? Seems that the Bible does speak of fire as purgation. Well, there is the aspect of fire in the divine punishment, but the toll houses are part of what is known as a particular judgment. And what happens basically is a person goes through the aerial toll houses, Telonia, that's found in the scriptures. They're challenged as to whether they can reach the next destination at the way stations, Telonia, by demons. Their guardian angels are with them, and the whole point is that they move through the toll houses in the hope of resurrection. It's a pretty quick period, from what I understand. That's in the 40 days that happens after death. But the point is, a person going to hell, they don't fall off the toll houses. they just go straight there. So we have the hope that people who have made it on the toll houses should make it to heaven. So I hope that helps. But again, nothing happens till the final judgment. That's particular judgment, individual judgment before the last judgment. So let me think here. Again, if you want to jump on the stream to ask questions, make comments, issue challenges, just click the link in the top of the chat. That's what we do here. So, okay. Let's take a look. And again, if you're trying to get registered in the cafe, let us know in the comments. All right, we got another question. Or yeah, Matthew 70 says, Father Seraphim Rose, the Soul book, The Soul After Death, is excellent and explains all that. Absolutely, I highly recommend the book. Salila asks, is Jay Dyer Orthodox or heretic? Well, I'm not going to judge the state of his soul, but he is world Orthodox. He has attacked the true Orthodox relentlessly, and he defends organizations and jurisdictions that are for ecumenism. So what should I think? Like, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck and, it's a duck.
Heresy literally means somebody's in error, so.
Yeah. So, I'm going to grab some water. So it has been. This has been a pretty good, I'd say a pretty good Sunday evening so far, considering that I'm completely snowed in and live in a snow globe, and Reader John's being swept by cold waves of rain, and Father Boniface has got like the cold winds going. So we are. Latin Boy says, is that book altered though like his other books? To my knowledge, it's not. To my knowledge. But that's all solved with getting an early edition. Yeah, Orthodox Youth says it's a duck. That's free because I've never seen any duck emoji. Orthodox Traditionalist says Dyer is a big heretic. Yep. So anyway.
And a coward.
And a coward. Yeah, that's right. Because last year we did challenge him for 3 months. We had Vocab Malone. He was willing to host the debate. And he was like,
I'm willing to debate anyone. And then ghost.
Yeah. Willing to debate anyone except that guy.
And that guy. Oh, and that guy.
Subdeacon for Life says, are the toll houses dogma? Yes, they are. Yeah. I remember someone calling Jay Dyer a Pelagianist. I don't know. I don't follow Jay Dyer enough to know what heresies he's accepted this week. So
probably.
Oh well. With a member jack quack. So yeah, this is good. This pretty, except for the horrendous weather, it's a pretty good night. What are we
Steady stream of questions and comments. That's pretty good.
So Silela asks, are all Orthodox that belong to the ones that accept ecumenism are heretics and don't have valid sacraments? While because of the recency of it, we're not going to go into the question of validity, etc. It's just a question of, do you have grace if you're a heretic? Then somebody says, Ortho Carpenter guy says, I didn't know the Serbian Patriarchate was true Orthodox. That's good news. No, the Serbian True Orthodox are True Orthodox. And many free Serbs under Rokor Agafangel, not the Serbian Patriarchate. That's St. Justin Popovich condemned the Serbian Patriarchate. The Serbian Patriarchate is not in great.
Didn't he go to his grave rejecting the Patriarchate?
Yeah, he did, and he didn't want. He asked the Patriarch not to be in his. He asked for the Patriarch not to be allowed at his funeral. Latin Boy says, any important update on Esfigmeno? Esfigmeno is Esfigmeno. It is it's a large True Orthodox Athonite monastery. And so things, yeah, they're on lockdown, under siege, but they've also been under siege for like 30 years. So like news and actual Esfigmeno is usually something like, there was an extra crop of fruit on a tree or something. Like the news is the ecumenical patriarchate tries to kill them all the time and has for 50 years, and then they just live their lives. So in terms of news, it's not like reporters are running up the mountains to, get Abbot Methodius's opinions on things. It's not happening.
It's good to be in a fortress.
Yeah. Little Wing says, geo-engineered weaponized weather without a doubt. Multiple reports of nonstop chemtrails yesterday, and I saw them yesterday. Machika saw them yesterday. We were like, oh, they're going to try to make the storm extra spicy. Like, we know what they're doing now. They admit it. It's all open. There's no conspiracy behind it. Let me see here. Ortho Carpenter guy says, "Oh, then take the St. Herman of Alaska Orthodox Monastery off your map list." That's actually a misunderstanding. The reason we have Palatina, I believe we also have the Rocor Cathedral in San Francisco, isn't because there are churches. It's because they're places of our relics.
Yeah,
so the point is, we will still visit them, and we will still venerate them, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, the relics of Holy Hiram and Seraphim of Palatina are there. So.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and up in Jordanville, there's the holy relics of St. Philaret.
And in Mansonville, there's the holy relics of St. Vitaly.
Yeah.
So, let me see here. Somehow, sometimes too says Snowy in here too. Cozy though. Subdeacon for life. Do the early church fathers talk about the toll houses? Yes. If you read the book The Soul After Death, it does show fathers talking about the toll houses. If the Serbian Patriarch is not true Orthodox, then take St. Herman's Monastery off your list. LOL. Nope, because Father Seraphim's relics are still there. LOL. Map is color coded.
Plus, we like having genuine Orthodox just randomly drop into them, and
yeah, map is color coded. It's easy to understand that HOM is not part of a true Orthodox synod. Yep, exactly. Why is Filioque wrong? Oh boy. There seems to be quite a bit of church father saints that speak of the Holy Spirit proceeding from the Son. No, not really. They often use language of through the Son, even in the West.
It subjugates the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, you can't subjugate the Holy Spirit. The Father alone is caused, the Son is generated, the Spirit proceeds. It's like that. Orthodox Inquirer here. What is humility, meekness, and how to practice it? Oof. You're asking a guy on
the wrong guy.
Yeah, like
we're on YouTube.
Ask your priest. Ask your priest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like I'm a video guy and a priest, but I'm like, Mr. Leonida says, "What, you believe in chemtrails?" Well, I don't believe in them. You can see them. They're literally there. It's not.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
The government's even admitted to do climate
engineering. Governments are admitting it, and the private companies that work with them that they're doing it for weather modification. This is not a secret anymore. Ortho Carpenter guy says, "LOL, places of our relics." That begs the assumption that Blessed Father Rose, Blessed Fleur are on your side of all this. No, we know they're on our side of all this. That's
He's a saint in our church.
with Saint Seraphim, you guys actually had to change later editions of his books after his death to hide us.
Yeah, so you could make him more palatable, so you could make him a saint. We just took him as is.
Yeah, and Saint Philaret, we've been glorifying him as a saint for years,
and we didn't have to change his books.
We didn't have to change any of his books because all his books he supported us. This is
actually there's the subdeacon with Orthodox Traditionalist Publications that actually brought it up in a book about Father Seraphim, I believe.
Yep. Debt to Compromise says, "I am out of donuts since yesterday." Ortho Carpenter guy says, "I've been to Platina and a Canadian fellow visited, and I quote him, I read a lot of Father Rose's works and left the True Orthodox Schismatics. Take that for what it's worth." Okay, well, he probably read the new books and he's dumb. I'll take that for what it's worth.
But we even have World Orthodox admitting those books were redacted. So
and once people discover that they were redacted, guess where they go?
They go right back to True.
Nicholas Thompson says, 83 says, "Why did Rocor break away from the GOC?" I would say it was a political hot potato, in the sense that when the whole thing happened in 1978 with Yao Rocha, Anthony of Geneva was very angry about it, and unfortunately, he was also kind of the motivator for some of the ecumenism that went on.
Mark of Berlin,
and Mark of Berlin as well, and so basically, they used these things as an opportunity to attack the GOC, so that they could say that they were schismatics and we should talk to New Calendarists, and that's kind of what, if you look in the letters of Saint Philaret, and this is where Subdeacon Nectarius's editions are actually really handy, you will see that there was actually a Cold War in the Rocor between this traditional Orthodox and the more modernist Orthodox, and it was coming to a head. And at times, Saint Philaret didn't even know how this was going to work out. Was it going to destroy the synod? So finally, it all landed with the meeting where it was discussed the the anathema against ecumenism, and that occurred in 1983. St. Philaret passed on the next year. And from there, it was just a matter of time before ROCOR itself was going to blow up. And that's what happened.
Yeah, so if you see the ROCOR MP, that's where the modernists won.
Yeah.
They still claim to be traditional, but if you actually listen to what they talk about in their seminary and the stuff they talk about with, like, when they push a Father John or a Craig Truglia or somebody else out there, it's not the old ROCOR.
Yeah.
So,
and if you want to know where the old ROCOR went, they went in waves away until 2007. So you can find them in the various ROCOR synods that exist all over the world. So, yeah. Anyway, it hasn't been a secret for years. Would Esphigmeno be considered non-commemorators? Yeah, because they have chosen to go with all Orthodox bishops, but they obviously do not recognize the ecumenists as Orthodox bishops. And so most non-commemorators, when we think of them in the modern sense, are usually people who broke off of ecumenist jurisdictions. Orthodox traditionalist says another ROCOR MP doesn't know their own history. And Ayana Kari says, to follow up on DC, do all non-commemorators cease communion, or does it depend? They cease commemoration, and they will switch to using for all Orthodox bishops. This is a way to avoid being under a false bishop while at the same time praying for all bishops who are legitimate. Orthodox traditionalist says, ROCOR MP is so traditionalist now that their Metropolitan Nicholas allows female deaconesses to preach in his churches openly, apparently. Okay.
There's more to it than that.
Is that the St. Phoebe Center thing?
I'm not sure about that. I'll let Subdeacon talk about that, but I just know things. So it's bad. It's bad over there.
Yeah. Yanakari says, answered. Okay, very good. All right. So we are now at the, let me see here. We're not actually at that. We're about 13 minutes away from the third hour. And so we'll be going through that. Ryan Maya says, do you believe David as the blessed man? Romans 4:8. Is David the blessed man, or being all believers as the blessed man? I mean, Romans chapter 4, verse 8.
I don't have it memorized.
I'm looking it up. Blessed is the man in whose sin the Lord will never count against them. Well, we have to look at the context, and the context is from verse 7. These are citations from the scriptures, but he's making a point. And he says, blessed are they whose lawless acts are forgiven, whose sins are covered. Blessed is the man whose sin the Lord will never count against him. Is this blessing only on the circumcised or also on the uncircumcised? We have been saying that Abraham's faith was credited to him as acts of righteousness. So in the context, clearly, it is not simply talking about David. Let's.
It could be a both and.
Yeah, it's a both and.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What is Latin Boy 305 says? What is the relationship between ROCOR and ROAC and RTOC and ROCA? Well, they all came from each other once upon a time, and they're all separated. And there's also plain ROCOR, and then there's ROCOR MP, which is So the best thing to do is just study the history on that. Put those acronyms in, in search engines and learn. But they all were once ROCOR. Leonida says, would it be fair to say that Father Seraphim moderated his ecclesiological views towards the end of his life? He praised the new calendar as Father George Calciu. I don't know. I don't know whether he did or didn't.
Didn't Father George suffer through being persecuted by the communists?
Yeah.
You can say complimentary things without
yeah, and on top of that, also remember that Father Seraphim's last years were marked with his friendship with Etna, which is where the kind of the whole Cyprianite view sort of came. So I don't know that, I don't think he became softer towards like world orthodoxy. I think he just became, positive towards any good things he could see in the patriarchates. That's all
I think he was gravitating more towards the Greek True Orthodox, to be honest. Based on what I've read.
It's possible. That is also possible.
But we will never know because he reposed. So.
Yeah, he died young. One of these deaconesses belongs to the Antiochians, but her father's a ROCOR MP priest, and he allows her to preach in his parish. Their metropolitan... What? Their metropolitan does not here. That's a freebie. One of these deaconesses belongs to the Antiochians, but her father is a local MP priest, and he allows her to preach in his parish. The metropolitan does nothing. Are there are Antiochian deaconesses in America? That's new to me.
Wow, I must be really out of touch with the world. Or
Yeah, like how bad has it gotten?
It got bad apparently.
Is that in a just to verify? Is that Tawny Shields says she gave a sermon? Wow. Okay, this is the thing. This is
I thought women
we got the women deacons in America.
Yeah, but I thought they don't have a blessing to preach.
I guess she
at all.
She apparently got a blessing. So
no, I'm talking about canonically. So.
That's why I say that these aren't deaconesses. These are women deacons. They're performing the liturgical functions like men. That's why they're
those
doing
didn't
litanies.
Exist historically. That's a new innovation. That's what I'm saying. It's an innovation.
Like we thought this was happening in Africa.
That's an innovation as well. So.
Oh my gosh! Wow, no way! Wow. I think Yanakari says, how many monastics were living in Platinum during the time of Father Seraphim? Was it just Father Seraphim left? No, there were novices there also.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
It's this monastery.
Yeah, it's this chick from the Phoebe Center. Okay.
Oh goodness, not them.
Yeah, I guess her dad's a Rocor MP preach, and I guess we'll just put her on the screen here. This because she managed to somehow make the dalmatic look like a dress, which was like kind of dumbfounding. Like I'm like, what is that? It's like she's wearing a dress, dude. That's a dress. That's gross. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And so this is happening in America. So she's giving speeches with her dad, the priest blessing. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. And this is something we didn't know. Like I
this
thought
would have never happened pre-union.
Yeah, I would have. I thought that this was only like in Africa they had these two deaconesses and they were so controversial they just didn't do anything again. But now
that's Alexandria. Alexandria kind of, yeah.
Wow, wow, just wow. Okay, I don't know.
I'll cut the dings over there today.
Okay, hold on. I'm being sent something in the Facebook.
Yeah, that's a message.
Yeah, hold on. Try to figure this out.
That is a very, very hardworking donation.
Yeah. Let me see here. Sent a video. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, there's a whole video of her sermon. I don't know. Do you guys want to hear it?
Do it.
Oh gosh.
Let's expose this crap.
Oh, hold on. All right, so you go here and let me share it.
Just so people know we're just not talking out.
No, we're not. People are thinking, they're just making that stuff up. No, we're not.
We got receipts.
We are.
As the kids say these
days. People are like, do it. Okay, yeah, here you go, guys. Here you go, watch this lady doing her thing, I guess.
Hold on, let me get my barf bag. I'll be right back.
Oh, good, there's no sound. No.
The transfiguration of Christ means that we can now be transfigured as well. Christ invites all human persons, including women.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I can only take like 5 seconds, and you already know how it's gonna go into like some progressive junk. And gross. Get this off. Look, we got the proof. Okay, that's all you needed. You saw it. You didn't need to hear the whole speech. I'm sorry. I'm a bad person if I can't tolerate this stupidity.
Sounds hippity dippity too. So just give it up.
Orthodox Jesus, like, Jesus, can you come back now, please?
Amen.
Oh boy, it's only a 6-minute video. Suck it up. Nope.
Come on, Father, let's do it. We gotta expose it.
Okay, we'll do
fine.
Right. Oh, welcome, Leonidas.
Get your barf bag, Father.
Get the barf bags ready. I can't listen to this.
To shine. At the Transfiguration, Jesus Christ takes his disciples and journeys up a mountain. There, he reveals himself to them. Just like Moses when he encountered the divine.
Wow, Leonidas just left. He was like, all right, I'm here. I finally got some time, and then he heard this lady speak, and he's like, gotta go. Gotta go. Oh, did he drop a link? Oh, okay, this is that thing. Okay. So it wasn't necessarily this is the thing that this was started by what's his name? Father Theodore Zesis.
Oh yeah, I know who that
Haunted
is. Yeah.
priests.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like hold on, let's count them. Let's count them because this is now new calendar priests that are no longer commemorating the Archbishop. So there's 3, 4. Here, I'll show this instead. Everyone wants to see that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. Well, that's on Athos. So 10, 16, 18. Outside of none of those, 19. 25, 26, 27. Oh, there's non-commemorators in America now. Oh, okay. But aren't the Eparchy of Prizren? Those aren't like non-commem. Those are the Artemier people. They don't count. All right, so it's like 20 people. This is still no bishop, no support. It's interesting.
They're kind of like the Greek version of Peter here.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, Orthodox traditionalist is willing to pay for the pain and suffering with a $6 member chat. Thank you so much for bringing us closer. And now I guess we have to suffer. So here goes. Here goes.
Thanks, Subdeacon.
Thanks, Subdeacon. That's what we wanted. We wanted more of this. Okay, so we cleared the 2 hours. We are now currently at 193.50. And that brings us down to 58.50. And so I guess we now have to suffer through it. So,
oh, wait, no, that's 57.50, Father.
57.50. You see, that's why I need the Jeopardy thing. So when I'm wrong, everyone knows.
I'm just helping you out.
I appreciate it. I haven't taken math in a long time. Okay, so let's I guess we'll put it back.
Okay, sorry. Dry heave.
It disappeared. No, I'm pretty sure it's still there. Hold on. Oh wait, before we've been stopped by the bell. 1 second. We got another one. Are there any True Orthodox parishes in the UK? There's a True Orthodox monastery in Brookwood. There's a lot of True Orthodox in the UK.
In the UK, yeah.
Take a look at the map. The maps. We have 2 maps. Use the maps.
Actually, Subdeacon Nictarios interviewed one of the guys over there.
Yeah, he did. So
Subdeacon Seraphim, I believe.
Yeah, so there's a good number of True Orthodox in the UK.
Yeah.
As we, Vladimir Moss, one of the biggest True Orthodox writers, is in the UK. So on and so forth.
St. Edward's Brotherhood is in.
Yep.
In Surrey. Yeah.
So just go to our description and look on the maps. You will find True Orthodox and pick who's closest and where you can visit. So that drops us down another 10. So we're now down to 47.50 to complete the goal, and we can now say that we are at 203.50. So this
do you guys no longer have a UK presence because that one guy went rogue?
Well, one guy went rogue. I believe we still have the priest in Northern Ireland, but he's really old. So God willing, we'll see. And that was from Tharip. So thank you for that. I'm just going to put a TH. And thank you. And we are now closer than ever to the goal. And we're now going to suffer through this video. Orthodox Traditionalist says, yes, I've been getting a lot of messages from Rocor and Pete from there. Someone just wrote me there tonight. I have to get back to them. We have a new priest there too. So yeah, there's a lot of people. Check them out.
Can you put in the live chat, Subdeacon, where the new priest is at?
That would be helpful too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leonidas with a member chat says Metropolitan Nicholas was actually present when one of these female deacons was preaching. I don't know. I think it was her dad was present, who was a priest, but I don't know that the Metropolitan Nicholas was. But he clearly didn't. He clearly didn't. Yeah, he said no. Orthodox Traditionalist says he's in Norfolk, UK. So we are so close to the goal. We are 47.50 away. Can we do it? We have 1 hour remaining. We are now in the third hour. Well, okay, we're in the third hour in like 30 seconds. But okay. Oh,
I just wondered. I go to the UK quite a bit, so I was kind of curious myself. So.
Oh, yeah, it's so much better with the sound off.
The transfiguration of Christ means that we can now be transfigured as well. Christ invites all human persons, including women, to
how many bishops are in the autonomous Orthodox Metropolia? Well, we had a couple of deaths, so currently we are down to 4. So I don't know. God moves when we get new bishops, etc. Oh, my eyes. Yeah, I'm sorry, the Orthodox use, but we got paid $6, so we have to do it.
You might have to extort more money out of the subject.
At the Transfiguration, Jesus Christ takes his disciples and journeys up a mountain. There, he reveals himself to them. Just like Moses when he encountered the divine on Mount Sinai, Jesus radiated light. There he was transfigured before them. His face shone like the sun, and his clothes became as white as the light.
I mean, like, is she like an only daughter? Like, that's the only explanation I have to why the priest would allow this. I'm like, I can't believe I'm watching this. And I'm like, maybe he's just like, well, I never had sons, so I guess I put her on an altar and said, I don't know what's happening here.
Modernism.
Yeah, modernism. Orthodox Traditionalist says, NFTU, quit ruining my clock. You owe me 6 minutes.
Okay, fine.
Layman John says, she's teaching from the Anvum too, the disrespect. Yep. But, you know, he did pay good money, so we got to play it.
All right.
In our celebration of the Transfiguration, we are called to participate in this light. Christ was both fully divine and fully human at the same time. God becoming human in Christ allows for humans to partake of divinity and become like God.
I'm sorry.
She's doing human instead of man. He's fully God and fully man.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, this gives me like, 7th grade report vibes. Like, I'm sorry, but like, you know,
you're going to be yelled at.
I'm sorry. But it's like a show and tell at the Anva. This is like painful to watch. Okay, let's continue. Because, you know.
But what I find we often do not speak about is how even in our earthly presentation here within our church, we seem to denigrate the beauty and radiance of women, and how the limitations
Sister
that we often
Vasa. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I mean, I not to knock on anyone personally, but like this is like Sister Vasa, the Saturday morning cartoon version. Like, this is like sad. Oh, wow. Yeah, this hurts my soul. Orthodox Traditionalist, yes, it is. I'm clipping this for a video. Feel free. I love some of the other work you've done, so go for it. Layman John says, I hope some people walked out on her. I
hope so too.
I can't say. I've heard that this was actually like at the end of the service, and so like everyone just left anyway. Someone should send this to Father John. Yeah, someone should. It probably won't be me. We haven't really been talking about it.
And Craig,
somebody else could. He's like, Orthodox Traditionalist says, I want you to see you suffer in silence for 6 minutes.
Okay,
it's
fine.
It's actually only 5.5.
Okay, we'll let it go.
For example, women will often be told to cover up, to crucify the flesh, and engage in certain forms of harsh asceticism, to self-sacrifice, to stay modest, humble.
Okay, lady, it's a head covering. Like, that's not an act of asceticism. Okay, even though apparently you can't do it.
Suffer in silence.
We often encourage women who are called to diverse forms of ministries to give up on their hopes and aspirations, often using religious language to justify the dulling of this shine, sometimes erasing it completely. Yet we hear in the Transfiguration story, Christ took the disciples up the mountain. During the moment of Transfiguration, Moses and Elijah are with Christ. And tradition suggests that they represent the law and the prophets, which are now fulfilled in Jesus Christ. Old ideas are transformed. They are transfigured in the light of Christ. And Christ's transfiguration reveals.
I need a pause. Read comments. The icon of the Theotokos is behind her as she says this. Yeah, somehow, sometimes too, I agree. Anna Kari says, I checked this young lady's Instagram, and she seems like she might be victim to mental issues of fantasy and who knows what else. As naughty as this is, she might actually be clinically ill. Well, that's sad, but it's still out there. Oh, okay. I guess I'll continue.
Reveals what has always been true about him. And therefore, we discover what has always been true about us, including women, all along. For me personally, this discovery, this moment of transfiguration, came through my daughter. God showed me through her participation as an altar girl what a transfigured liturgy may look like. I saw little girls serve and shine to others, bringing them light, joy, and hope.
Oh my God, she's involved her kid in this? Oh, that's tragic. Oh, what a mess. What a mess.
That must be Antiochian.
That has to be, but it's Rokor MP, and I mean, what a mess. Yeah, no, this is here. This isn't like Africa. This is here. This is crazy. What?
Suffer in silence.
In a rare moment of clarity, my son has text messaged me and says, why did I tune into your stream and see a woman giving a sermon in front of an iconostasis? And why is she doing it in an ASMR voice? I'm sorry.
That's what I was looking for. ASMR. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it really does have the ASMR vibe. It's because Subdeacon Notario sent us $6, so we have to do it.
And then we fold the blanket. And we put it over the face.
Oh boy, this is so bad. All right, oh my gosh, only 3.5 minutes to go.
Shh, silence.
And through this, I saw a liturgy where we finally see girls and women participate in beautiful and creative ways. It was joyous. It was life-giving. My daughter's bravery and love for the church helped me to see something in a newly illumined way. As my daughter recalls of the experience, it was a really big change. For once, I actually felt like I wanted to come to church. It changed me. It was an amazing thing to do. You're scared to go, but then it's so fun.
There's no 1.25.
This experience, along with the insights from God, from scripture and other theological works, and the stories of ordained female saints in our tradition, like St. Barbara, God illumined and transfigured my own mind about who I am as a woman of God. Over the course of a few years, I've come to realize that God transforms us, just like he did in the Transfiguration, to become a new creation, worthy of delight, radiance, awe, inspiration, and illumination of others.
Why can't I speak
in the
this
account of Thanksgiving, we read, the reflection of the glory, light of Mount Tabor brings the whole of nature to smile and fills our hearts with heavenly gladness. It is in this joy and gladness that others can see our love for God. This is what we ask of God when we sing, give light to our souls. It is interesting then that even as Orthodox Christians, just like the apostles who fell to the ground at the sight of the transfigured Christ, we too are afraid of God. We're often afraid of seeing God in all of his glory and splendor. Our brains are predisposed and wired to focus on negativity and to become risk averse. We seem to be comfortable with speaking about the language of repentance and sorrow, but boy, are we afraid of joy, of light, of overwhelming awe, of things that often seem too good to be true, too much, or too beautiful.
Almost over.
And could it be that we are afraid to see girls and women that way, both liturgically and non-liturgically, because seeing that light would be too scary for us? Unfortunately,
Why?
we often do this hiding
Why?
by limiting what the Holy Spirit and the church
Oh.
can and cannot do.
This hurts.
We limit
This
girls
hurts
and
so
women
bad.
who they may be if we gave them a chance to fully show their beautiful transfigured selves in
Ah,
body, spirit, and callings. We limit them from shining their light.
this is so wrong.
And how powerful would it be to allow women to participate spontaneously in the life of the church through the promptings of the Holy Spirit in whatever form that may
But
take
she's
place,
going to raid the altar now, or what?
even if it is scary to us.
Oh, she sounds so Protestant.
To be allowed
That's
to
so
fully
crazy.
express themselves, whether as deaconesses,
Less than a minute.
altar girls,
Less than a
as
minute.
readers, spiritual guides, and leaders, and not to be ashamed in how we present ourselves, allowing our beautiful transfigured female bodies to shine and be seen. So, what does the transfiguration mean for our own lives? I would say, for those of us who are in positions of authority, to allow our minds to be transfigured by this truth. And for the rest of us, and especially girls and women, I would say that we have full permission and even a duty to shine. To boldly shine even when it is scary to those around us. To shine in order to bring hope and light to those who are desolate of hope. To shine because Christ, through his transfiguration, invites us all to do so.
Over.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Well,
Well, I'm gonna just
there
take a
was
shower
all that
before bed tonight.
shining. I'm like, what is it? It's like her, like, I don't know. The sermon sounded like the
Shiny,
lyrics of
shiny
a,
people.
yeah, or more. Well, in modern, it sounds like it had the lyrical value of a Lizzo song. I mean, this is painful. This was painful.
That was pretty cold blooded.
This is. I gotta shine. I gotta shine. If I'm shining, then okay. Anyway, the point is, yeah. So, was that hurt? That hurt. DTC says, I mean, Father John Whiteford's daughter leading politics is equally as bad. No. I mean, as much as you may not like her, she didn't get up on the envoy and start talking. Like, and probably would have looked
Yet.
God bless you for your pain, Father. I just tuned in. What are we watching? Apparently, that is the daughter of some Rocor MP priest, and that was a sermon she did at the church there, and she thinks she's a deaconess.
And her daughter's an altar girl.
Yeah, somebody, Yanakari said, it seems she works as a princess and mermaid at theme parks. She suffers fantasy delusions. Okay.
She might work at Disney. She might be one of those princesses.
Everyone in the chat give OTP a thumbs down for forcing this on us. Yeah, do it. That was unfair. For $6, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm charging minimum.
We should have added a 0 to that, fella.
Yeah, I made it $60. Eastern Anglicanism. Yeah, this is horrifying. This is a freebie. Well, there's 5 minutes of my life I'm never getting back.
6.
6 minutes, yeah.
But who's counting?
So happy I left World Orthodoxy. Lord have mercy, says Little Wayne. This is so bad. You guys.
All right, wait. Hold on, live chat. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the cringe level?
Orthodox traditionalist says, you guys all cry so much. Oh, well, I have to listen to every single ecumenist speech, WC's homily, and all that crap to deliver everything you guys get from me. Suck it up. We're charging double next time.
Free books for everybody.
Yeah, it's like, this is weird. That was terrible. I was 10 on cringe, 9 at least. I need a neuralizer to erase the last 10 minutes of my memory. You know, I mean, I understand OTP, but you know, you suffer, so we don't have to.
Well said.
All right, let's see here. Aladdin with us. We're grateful for all the reporters have to hear OTP. Very true. That Ayanakari says that might have been worse than watching Father Genie Constantino.
Wow. Wow. It's getting cold-blooded in the live chat.
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
We have any ratings on the cringe level, guys?
Well, so far we got a 9 and a 10, so we're at 9.5. Cumulative. See, I can do math sometimes. Anyway, the point. Speaking of math, now that we've suffered through that, help keep the lights on. Support us by subscribing or donating at NFTU.net with various options like PayPal, Cash App, or Give Send Go.
I tell you what, if somebody gives us $50, we won't play it again.
Ooh, are we moving to threats? Because right now the goal is $47.50.
Yeah, there we go.
If
$50 would cover it, or $47.50.
If yeah, that's right. If we don't get $50,
we'll close the doors.
We might close the doors. Close the doors. We're gonna play that again. That was just nasty, but still, that was awful. But just, I don't know. I think threatening the crowd doesn't seem like the best option, doesn't it? Cringe level doesn't go up that high. Okay, Orthodox Traditionalist says, I'll give you 200 and make you listen to an hour-long WCC speech. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. We'll interrupt it. We'll even go a little later.
What? Yeah.
Oh, yes. In silence with no pauses. 200 is that. Make it 300. We'll do that. I'm not taking away my own freedom for $200. Our goal is only like 3. Yeah, I just got to cringe. Whoa, $50 from Layman John. We have made the goal. Shut up.
See, threats do work, Father.
All right, so we have to update it. We are now over by 250, and that's LJ with a big super chat, $50. Thank you so much.
Thank you, LJ. You saved us all.
You saved us all from Subdeacon Victorious' evil plan. And I just have to adjust.
Now we're in the surplus.
Yep, now we're in the surplus. So we are now goal reached, 250, and surplus, current plus 50. Current is no plus 250. Okay, we just broke it, so that's where we are. And so let's save it and put it on the screen. We have reached the goal. It is time to do the thing.
Winning. I was trying to do the ASMR version of winning. Winning.
Thank you so much again, Layman John. And so Deacon Victorious's plans have been foiled. We have
transfigured by light of our winning.
Transfigured by light, or what was it? Shining by our winning.
Shining joy of winning.
Women shining joy.
Oh no,
winning.
I mean, I do like women shining joy, just
women shining
not
joy,
not from
yeah.
the Avon. So,
the ascetic path of putting on a head covering.
She does realize we all are called to excuses, right?
This is crazy.
Poor catechism, kids.
I'll put this up as a free because that was so weird.
That's the result of poor catechism, children.
But thank you for helping us reach the goal. So we are now in the we're in the third hour, and we have just about 45 minutes. So if anyone wants to jump on stream to ask a question or make a comment, click the link in the top of the chat. No one heard that. That was a mispronunciation.
I heard.
And of course, cafe time. If you're trying to get us get registered at theophrosinouscafe.com, the most exclusive True Orthodox forum on the planet. Let us know in the comments. And so we are going to continue.
Unless you're an angry Muslim, I don't feel like hearing that.
Yeah. Not like you're not welcome on the forum. Just saying they may not treat you well. You never know.
We might meet you.
So yeah, that's it's been crazy so far. So wow.
Oh wow, that's a whole level of cringe there.
That was a level of cringe I was not expecting. That was new.
Thank you, Subdeacon.
Thanks for that suffering.
I'm having nightmares tonight. Thank you. But at least I don't have to watch the WCC speeches.
Yeah, well, you don't have to watch the WCC meeting. Now you have to watch that yourself and rate it. So that's
You get to keep your 200.
Oh yeah, that's how it goes. It do be like that. It do be like that though sometimes. So
it's hard in these streets, homie.
All right. So once again, remember, there's always next Sunday. He said. This video is gonna be good. Okay.
Well, you should mention $200 is the next.
300 if you want us to not make a comment. So
200 for commentary, 300 no commentary.
And I do still reserve the right to like write on the bottom of the screen that like Father Joseph is being forced to listen to this against his will. But
he'll tape over his mouth sitting there.
Orthodox Mom says, I think that was personally his best $6 ever spent. Your reactions are priceless.
Thank you, Orthodox Mom.
OTP said, don't test my level of petty. I'll make you suffer. Oh, wait, we believe you.
I know petty can be profitable.
Memento Mori says, I had to leave, but who's she with? Goer to the Antiochans. I believe she's with Rokor and P, actually.
No, I think they would not have altar. Well, they might have altar.
Well, her dad's a Rokor and P priest. So if that's his church, I mean.
I hope she's not talking about that one. Oh, my goodness. If they're letting that go
nothing surprising anymore. There's just
if they're letting that go on, I'll be like shouting from the rooftops, leave. Get out.
Latin Way asks, how often do the WCC meet? And so they ever agree on anything concrete, or is every meeting and some vague confession? The answer to the question is they meet multiple times a year, and yeah, it's always vague. So they can keep presenting that image of unity.
They're still trying to figure out the one world religion. You got to pin down the details.
Yep. Orthodox Traditionalist says the church she's in that video is the Rokor and P parish. So. Well,
yeah, but does she attend there? Is I guess what the clarification we're getting, or is she Antiochia?
I don't know.
I'm asking OTP.
Yeah, maybe OTP would know. So let's see here. So we're moving on.
I hope that makes it in your 2026 version.
Yeah, that has to be in your 2026.
I love the 2025, by the way.
The 2025 was great.
I concur with Father on that one. That was amazing. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely magnificent.
I would have actually donated for that, so you might want to charge next time.
Yep. Yeah, throw $5 or something. People will pay. The churches she's in that video is the Rokor and P Parish, St. Barbara's in California, says Orthodox Mom. I have no idea where she attends. Orthodox Mom says her dad is Father George. Memento Mori says, Rokor and P, whoa, so much for the young kids calling it a based and trad jurisdiction. Yeah, that's pretty much over today.
That's gone.
I mean, especially if the Orthodox youth makes a mini video of it that, you know.
Let's have AI.
That's going to horrify people. People are going to get horrible.
I don't think that's AI, so they're definitely gone now.
Orthodox Traditionalist says, no, that will always be a free product. 2026 is already underway. The things he suffers for us.
Oh.
Nice.
I'm just trying to help you out. I would pay for it.
Yeah, well, it's like that's part of living an ascetic life. Like wearing a head covering. I can't believe she said that.
Has anybody ever told her she's not supposed to eat meat during the fast too?
Oh no, I think that might.
That's so ascetic.
And she'd be like, "But I'm vegan," and
Oh,
Okay.
cheater. That's what I call you, cheater.
Yeah. So anyway, Father Boniface, where are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear
Oh,
you
okay.
now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. You're
okay.
doing so quiet. Like,
I know.
You
I've
sound-
been quiet tonight, kind of tired, so I'm just.
oh,
talking.
okay. Yeah. That
You
makes
sound like you're way away from your microphone too.
Well, I'm using the my phone, not using a
Oh, okay.
speaker in my ear. So, can you hear
I
me?
gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you okay.
All right.
Tom
all right.
Katsafanas asks, Cypriot Synod deposes bishop following letter from Patriarch Bartholomew. What are your thoughts about this? I mean, obviously you're dealing with, the New Calendar Church of Cyprus. You're dealing with Patriarch Bartholomew. I mean, but we can distantly say, even though we're not related to them, that, yeah, that's obviously uncanonical.
Did you hear about the Vasilopedia thing?
No.
Oh, you need to Google that, Father.
What am I Googling?
So, Patriarch Bartholomew and the Vasilopita, it actually broke a stainless steel, was it knife, I believe, when he was trying to cut it.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's creepy. Hold on.
And he said, "This is a bad omen." I was like, "You think?" They have video of it.
I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it now. Okay, Margaret. The first knife broke, and then the second bent during use.
And it's stainless steel.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This will be more. Oh, this is also 6 minutes long. It might be way more entertaining though.
If we do one more that's 6 minutes long, that's 666, Father, and then we'll have to shut down.
if we could survive that, that last one, this one should be easy. All right, folks, it's movie time. Let's see what happened. Okay, one moment.
What is it with that music? I feel like I'm in an elevator.
Is it too loud?
No.
Hold on.
Hey y'all, thanks for joining me. I have a very important breaking news to share with you, and I'm going to do that right now. So this was during the Vasilopita ceremony at the Fanor. So the traditional cutting of the New Year's bread, I don't know what it's called, pie, but New Year's bread by the Greek Orthodox Associations of Constantinople, held in the presence of Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew, was marked by several unusual setbacks. As reported by SKAI's correspondent in Turkey, Manolis Koskidis, the ceremony experienced what he called three evils. First, the power outage occurred right at the event as the event began. Then, when Patriarch Bartholomew started cutting the bread, the knife provided to him broke, forcing organizers to bring a replacement. However, the second knife also proved faulty, bending during use. Before finishing the pie cutting, the ecumenical patriarch remarked that it was a bad omen. Wow, that is kind of scary, and yes, definitely. And even he is saying it's a bad omen. I'm going to show you part of Panos's video on this from the Christian Orthodox Miracles and Prophecy, so you can see what was happening, and also what the reporter said in detail.
So now let's have a look at the reporter that was present and witnessed all this.
Τρία κακά συνέβησαν. Πρώτα απ' όλα στο σκοτάδι βλέπετε. Διακοπή ηλεκτρικού ρεύματος.
Κόβηκε το ρεύμα,
που ξεκίνησε η εκδήλωση. Ναι.
So he's saying three bad things happened. First of all, we were in the dark. The power went out, and when the patriarch went to cut the Vasilopita, the knife breaks, and the patriarch says, "This is a bad omen." Indeed.
Εκεί που πάει να κόψει ο Πατριάρχης τη Βασιλόπιτα, ακούστε, εκεί που πάει να κόψει ο Πατριάρχης τη Βασιλόπιτα, σπάει το μαχαίρι.
Δεύτερη.
Ναι, και λέει ο Πατριάρχης, κακός Ιωνός, του φέρουν άλλο μαχαίρι. Στραβώνει και αυτό το μαχαίρι.
So they bring him another knife, and then that knife bends so as well, so they had to bring him a third knife. Other reporters, are you serious now?
Δεν μπορείς να κόψεις και με αυτό το μαχαίρι και του φέρουν τρίτο μαχαίρι.
Για ξαναδείξω.
Το μαχαίρι που στράβωσε,
Τι λες τώρα,
κοίτα, δεν μπορείς να κόψει. Και το μαχαίρι που έσπασε.
Εντάξει, κοιτάτε το ντοκουμέντο.
Metal cutting bread.
Okay. Very, very, very important stuff here, everyone. The fact that the patriarch even said it was a bad omen is really just confirms even more that it's a bad.
Well, you know what's even worse? I don't know if you guys noticed this, but he left after the second try. He had someone else cut it. So I think that's pretty. He clearly thought it was a bad omen, and I mean, I don't know. You want to watch the rest of her commentary, or I think we've made our point. Let's see if we can find stuff for Tom here, because the thing he's talking about, Cypriot Bishop deposed.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
The one who they said it was supposedly in old calendars,
yeah, and he wasn't.
or can celebrate with old calendars.
This is are we gonna put Gregory on this screen? Are we gonna put? There's got to be another one. Okay.
No,
I really don't want to put Gregory on the screen.
don't do it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. It's too long. It has 6 chapters. There's got to be something else.
Yeah, no free advertising.
Yeah, no free advertising for Gregory. He doesn't get any unless he comes on and gives us a donation.
Father, come on, we gotta have limits.
Father Joseph, here's $20. You can put my video on. So I mean, okay. Anyway.
I'll make you a bishop. I don't care if you're married.
Let's get to the comments, everybody. Let's see what we got. Okay, so Tom, I did find only Gregory did a video on it, but the point is it's illegal. Even if they were both fully Orthodox, that would be completely illegal, and it should be. Look at all those tabs. Yeah, I noticed that. Ram is on life support. Bad omen, he says. No kidding. Yeah, he ran away from the cutting and had someone else do it. What does it mean? It means that even the Vasilopita cake didn't like him.
It bent stainless steel. If you ever cut Vasilopita, it does have the coin in it sometimes.
Yeah, but
it's not gonna bend. It's not gonna bend the instrument.
Powers of the air are waiting to meet Bart. Yeah, whoa, true. All right, so let's see here. You know, it's the beginning. It's the end of the beginning of the year. And so, you know, I know that all the people that are in the chat right now are serious. We don't have any unserious people.
Very
so
serious.
I feel like putting on a game would be very dangerous. No, a computer game, not like a football game or anything. But I wouldn't do that. I mean, I could. I mean, I actually, believe it or not, people have asked about the gaming thing, and I do play one game. I've been playing it for about 5 months, just because everyone else is on their phone playing a game, and I was like, well, I want to find a game that suits me, and I found the game, and it's I don't know, I don't think I could do a very good gaming stream with this game.
The only thing I watch is my son does Flight Simulator for PS5.
Oh, that's massively complicated compared to. I could just show you the game. This is we will initiate a gaming stream until we get good questions. And
Candy Crush.
it's not. That's complicated with all those colors. Let's
go Tetris, Father.
No, Tetris is too much. Tetris is actually
old school, Father.
Raymond John asks, is it Tetris? It is not. The
Space
game
Invaders.
No, that's still too complicated. Hold on. I have a very slow
Pac-Man.
brain. I have a very slow brain,
Frogger.
so I wish. No.
Pac-Man, Father. Pac-Man.
This is my kind of game. Like, you just have to clear all the arrows off the screen, which it seems like it's pretty simple, but sometimes it can fail. On my phone, I'm at like a level 160 on this, and this is a very easy game. Like until they put like hard or nightmare, and then it gets complicated. But really, it's just about emptying out.
Do you remember that game from Windows that was built in?
Minesweeper?
Yeah.
Oh, that game is hard. That was too much. I can't handle Minesweeper.
I love that game.
Yeah, no, it's a fun game, but I mean, I don't think that's Let me see here. Ryan Maya says the number one goal should be to debate James White. James White, actually, when I was a young, wee convert, like 20-something years ago, that was like in like 1998, offered to debate me then when he was young. And it turned out that I actually did confront him about that because I've been trying to write him for years saying, let's do that debate. I confronted him on Twitter and he's like, I don't remember you, and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, I see how this goes. You're willing to debate like an Orthodox catechism.
Oh, he's got Jay Dyer debating.
Yeah, well, Jay, no,
I'll debate anybody.
That's about as good as an Orthodox catechumen. So
yeah.
Anyway,
I'll debate anybody except for you.
So yeah, the hearing that, you see, it's getting more complicated now. So I have to zoom in a little, and so yeah, the whole thing is that the Orthodox mom says Pong. No, Pong is too.
I love Pong.
I love Pong too, but it's too involved. Like I'd have to be like paying 100% attention. Here I can mentally pause. There's a timer, but I always beat it, so I'm not really worried about it.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, when I was in Spain, I went to a museum of video games.
Oh, wow, I've heard of that thing.
Yeah, so it had like everything from like the old school games, like, and the consoles. Like they had the consoles, you could actually play on them.
Oh, wow.
They didn't have them behind the glass or anything. I was like, oh, this is cool.
Well, the craziness is that like they brought back, I don't know if you know that they brought back the Commodore 64.
That's where I learned to program on. The Commodore 64.
They brought back the Commodore 64. They've given it like an Ethernet port, so on and so forth. It's like, it's crazy.
Oh, wow. I bet that thing's heating up.
They really glammed it up. And, at first I was mad about it, but then I was like, you know what?
It's kind of pretty.
It's not like, well, there's back then they had Q-Link. Like that was like the earliest form of the internet, and it became AOL.
Yep.
They'd have to turn that back on. That would be interesting because AOL's not doing much. So I mean, they could do that.
Man, I can just not imagine a fiber connection on a Commodore 64. That burned that thing.
Oh, well, they redesigned it, but it's using the original chips. It's really weird.
That's crazy.
Hey,
you had to put a floppy in there to boot it up. What do you say, Father?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay? Okay. I got my earpiece on this time.
Okay.
You brought up earlier, it's just a point there. You brought up earlier about the Orthodox Church in Jerusalem making a statement about Christian Zionism.
Yeah, well, it was a joint statement between the Patriarch of Jerusalem, the Roman Catholic Patriarch, Pizzaballa, and the Anglican or Lutheran one. They did a joint statement.
Do you know Ambassador Huckabee made a reply to that?
Yeah, I saw it. I actually, I think I called him a Zionist creep and told him he's just trying to help Israel steal the land.
Also known as a Christian Zionist.
Creepy dispensationalist. He's like you remember how
active he was a Southern Baptist preacher, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, he put
old habits die hard, apparently.
So he's defending the dispensationalist position for sure. So I just thought I'd let you know Huckabee did make a response.
Yeah, and, it was awful.
Yeah, nobody listens to Huckabee. That was like the worst choice for an ambassador.
Yeah, he really was, and I feel like that was definitely something that Trump was like, "Who do I pick for this ambassador?" You could tell the donors were like, "Oh yes, you have to pick Huckabee."
I don't know. I just imagine like Netanyahu pops his shoe off and like kiss my toes, and Huckabee's like, yes, please.
Oh, absolutely. I have no
Yeah.
doubt. That's totally.
See, he represents evangelicalism with the dispensationalism. Look, I went to Philadelphia College of Bible, and Netanyahu spoke there in 1980.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He has a
So-
long history of hanging out with evangelical types.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. They
Layman-
love him, you know.
Layman John says Christian Zionist is an oxymoron. It's like saying Judeo-Christian. There's no such thing. Absolutely true.
Unfortunately, there are Christian Zionists.
No, they exist, but they're heretics. They're,
Yeah.
they're dispensationalists.
And it has a lot to do with the state of our country now, you know,
Well-
because in Florida,
Yeah.
they've crafted laws like if you speak anything anti-Semitic, you know, you're potentially looking at some trouble there.
Oh,
with the
yeah.
state of
Florida signed that into law, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yes,
did.
they did. DeSantis
When are you moving,
said
Father?
early on, what am I doing?
Yeah, I said, when are you
Um,
moving?
Yeah, you know, but you know, how would that issue fly in court? Because it's a violation of freedom of speech.
Yeah.
So then all those people who are supporting that thing would have to, I guess, bribe their way all the way up to the top to just exert power and not law. So yeah,
Now,
it's a problem.
what about that other guy, Fishback? Is he going to try to roll that back or anything? Because he.
Oh, I think he is. I think he is. He would be. But what kind of response is he getting? I haven't been following him at all, so I don't know what kind of momentum is growing with him. I don't know.
Yeah, there seems to be some growth there.
I would love to see Father Boniface debate Randy Fine.
Oh, that would be that would be painful.
That would-
to watch.
that would be
But
epic.
now painful for Randy Fine.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I don't know who's Randy Fine. I don't know.
He's well, first off, he's the guy who did put the I guess the challenge about Rokor MP possibly being a Russian plant, but he's also a huge like he's like an Israel bootlicker.
He wears a kippah or yarmulke or whatever he calls it.
Oh, really?
Oh, so
Yeah.
wait, is he actually?
Yeah,
I
he's a
thought-
Jew.
Shoot!
Is he the one that started that flap?
You're
about
thinking of Joe
Rokor?
Wilson,
And
Father.
what is he? Is he a senator or a representative or something?
He's a representative, I believe.
Yeah.
in the U.S. Congress, right?
U.S. Congress. correct.
Yeah, have to ask these days.
Well, with Fine, yeah, okay. Well, with Fine, that is a Jewish name. So
Yeah.
I mean, you got Larry Fine of the Three Stooges, you know. So anyway, I don't think there's a connection, though. I won't.
He's
go
the
in
one
that
who got
direction.
he's the one who got famous for laughing at kids being killed in Palestine.
Yeah,
And also he said, "Why don't we kill some more?" or something like that. I'm like, "Oh wow,
yeah. He's
he's
great.
he's a piece of work." Yeah.
He really is.
Promoting
Again,
Amalek. You know, Israel has declared war on Amalek, so therefore they are justified completely.
Yeah.
and I just to point out, if you want to jump on stream to ask a question or make a comment, just click the link in the top of the chat. No wait time right now.
they're a little late for that fight.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Almadine or whatever. We're living in the Old Testament times, and so therefore, don't you know that? So therefore, you know, you have to. That's the way things are
Oh,
going.
so it's eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth again, huh?
That's right. And whether you can have 4 wives or you know whatever, and then
If only Christ came. Oh wait, he did.
oops, that changes
Oops, that changes
everything.
everything.
Even then, though, you know, related to the verse, "Blessed is the man whose sins are covered" in the Psalms.
Yeah.
It's like they are complete Pharisaical letter of the law without the spirit, you know. So they follow the letter, and the letter, of course, kills, but the
Oh, I know.
spirit gives life.
I know. I used to
And
be
so
one.
there you go. You know, you have the Pharisaical letter, which rules in Judaism and basically in Islam and in Protestantism and Roman Catholicism. Orthodoxy is a target for all these groups because
we are of the Spirit and we promote true liberty.
Unless for
And
World
so,
Orthodox.
well, again, they're of the letter too. They have lost
Yeah.
grace. They are of the letter, and we are of grace because actually, grace is mercy, love, along with obedience, carrying up the cross, taking up
And
the cross,
joy.
willing to suffer for Christ, and joy and peace. We can repent from contentiousness, and we're loving our enemies. I remember that group Anonymous when they first came on the scene.
Yeah.
The hackers.
Yeah, you know what their motto was?
Yeah,
We do
we
not
won't-
forgive and we do not forget.
Yep, the exact opposite. And they always added, "We are Legion." So it's like they were just calling the demon.
Yeah, right. So this is what we're dealing with, and Jesus said you'll be hated by everybody, because the world is adopting this the letter. You're just seeing it more pronounced now more than ever. So there you go, Huckabees of the letter, and so everybody can follow along with the letter, but there's no spirit.
Well, there's a time where the world would consider us insane, while we consider the world to be insane.
That's a compromise, says Teal Liberty Donuts.
Are they sprinkled?
All right. Well,
with nuts?
This is weird.
I like my liberty with freedom and sprinkles.
Yeah, I don't think I can handle doing this gaming stream thing. This is itself like a little stressful going back and forth. DTC says thoughts on Joel Webben saying we should team up with Putin. Well, I think that's long been Putin's plan, thinking he could convince Americans that he was a good guy, and for a while he had a lot of people fooled. But you can only keep up that act for so long when you're busy trying to lead the world.
Like saying Xi Jinping is a wholesome man.
Yeah, you see stuff like that on socials. I was dumbfounded. There was a guy who was like, "Well, Xi Jinping, he hasn't hurt anybody." I'm like, really?
Really?
You mean how about the aborted babies over there in China? He hasn't hurt anybody. Just
how about the Uyghurs? He's like he runs a totalitarian state. Oh, he's not as bad as Trump. Oh, really? You sure? Wow. I'm gonna lose this one. I don't have.
Really, you guys
I don't have
the
the full brain power for this.
I watched the thing with the Chinese parade. Over there with Xi Jinping leading it on their whatever celebration day they have, and he's in his car speaking the mantra, and the people all respond. We are the people, and and then they all respond to him, and he's going around speaking the mantra. It was quite interesting.
Now, 1584 says, so is Russia no longer the third Rome after they murdered the Tsar? Well, I think that answers itself. I mean, Rome was an empire, and the people that took over Russia were, antichrists and thieves. So how can we call that the third Rome?
Well, they were the spiritual third Rome, not the imperial third Rome.
Yeah, but would I call the communists part of the third Rome? I don't think so. I think they were
not at all.
They were antichrist.
No, they were God haters.
Yep. Okay.
And my personal opinion, I think they're still communists, just with a Democratic veneer on it. To be honest,
I agree.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's true, and I think a lot of people are only starting to wake up to that now. That's something.
And I just don't think that's limited to Russia. I think that's like the surrounding areas like Serbia, Moldova, Montenegro, all those.
Yeah, they still all have SSRs, etc.
Yeah.
Let me see.
They don't give up their power. They don't give up their power just willingly. You got to be kidding. They've got, and I think it was all the corporations that were in these countries were run by Putin or his family's and his friends and things like that. And so the power all remain the same. It's just that they just changed their clothing. That's it.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are starting to catch up to that now and realize it.
Yeah.
Let me see here. What do you think of Nayib Bukele, president of El Salvador? Father was Muslim and mother was Orthodox Christian. I am curious as to his religious views because he's not particularly clear, but I do love what he's done for the country, obviously, and he attributes that to divine intervention. So, I mean, the language he's using sounds sort of Christian. So I am curious as to.
We could ask ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, I think, will not be clear. Well, I mean, we could, but I'm kind of doing something here. And so, but in any case,
We made it full circle.
it seems he cleaned up the country. Yeah, well, he definitely did that. What do you think of the Catholic argument from Daniel that Romanitas is a note of the Church, Rome prophecy to be the eternal kingdom that will not fail? You will not find that in any of the Holy Fathers, so that is a Protestant argument ultimately. Yeah, now he quotes Cyril of Alexandria commentary on Luke. The Romanism of the Church and appreciation of the same is essential to both the identity of the Church and her health. But that's talking about the nature of the empire. That's not necessarily
sounds
talking.
too close to Kiliasm to me.
Yeah. Little Wing says, I thought Muslims had to marry Muslims if they adhere to Islam. No, I believe they can marry anyone, but the kids have to become Islamic is what I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's the basics.
Technically, so is the wife, but I guess that one didn't work out.
Yeah. And so let me see here. So, yeah. So that's what I would say there, Salila, and thank you for that, Little Wing. As we continue, I really don't think I can.
I have a question for the in Islam. What their heaven is? One man gets what? So many women?
Yeah.
Did they like what? 30 virgins or something like
Yeah,
that?
it's something like that. Yeah.
Depends on your
Did they ever ask the
interpretation.
opinion of those women what they thought about that idea?
I think they kind of actually, if I remember correctly, if we're going by Sunni Islam, the women basically become virgins and basically become they're there to be used by the men. So I feel like those
Depends
might
what narrative we're using.
Yeah.
Which recitation.
Yeah, Orthodox men are allowed to marry non-Muslim women, not the other way around. Orthodox Muslim men, yeah. 72 eternal virgins. Let's put that all on the screens.
It's a very specific number.
Yeah. But it's yeah, I don't know. I think heaven for women sounds kind of weird in Islam, but I guess considering life on earth isn't that great, I guess I would consider relief.
Heaven for women, you're alone.
No, it's the exact opposite. That's the worst word. Oh, but in any case, what are you gonna do? I think the virgin Atomic Lead says, I think the virgins are some non-human, human-looking creature specifically for that purpose. That would be gross. If that, yeah, that's weird.
Oh, it's like Avatar.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that would be really weird.
Are they?
I mean,
blue?
we could ask Aladdin, but he doesn't want to talk to us anymore. So
No, and he has a very narrow idea of what it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
He doesn't like to discuss other schools of thought.
Yeah. He doesn't like to discuss anything outside of, what are you going to do?
Salafa, yeah.
What are you going to do?
We can mute him.
And then he leaves.
He leaves. He was joking around with us, though, so I don't know why you get all huffy and puffy.
All these people who asked for a gaming stream, they're not here now. I'm just, at this
And
point,
they
I'm
didn't
just
pay
gonna do
for it, so you're just giving them a freebie, Father.
Yeah, exactly. I can, and so the whole point is, once this is done, this will probably be my only gaming stream ever. Because I don't think I like doing this.
You need to have one where you're shooting down all the heretics,
Oh, no, those are complex games. I mean, I picked this one precisely because it's like this. Like, I'm not into that whole doing all the heavy gaming
Call
stuff.
of Duty Heretic Edition.
What's that game that has you can play like an Orthodox King, etc., and stuff? I think it's called Crusader Kings, And
I'm not a
yeah,
gamer.
I'm not either. I've heard about it that a lot of
That
kids
can't
learn
be
the
Orthodox.
history. Yeah, you could be like a Byzantine emperor. Or you could be like a.
Oh,
That's good to be emperor.
Iana Kari says, in all honesty, Father, this is not gaming.
Ow.
This is the gaming you're gonna
Hey.
get on this channel.
Given Father's age, this was gaming.
This is all the gaming you're gonna get.
When in my day, I had an Atari.
Pull the arrow down game.
Cut the rope.
Are Orthodox Christians allowed to get blood transfusions? It is not something that is discussed positively. I mean, most requirements for what we call blood transfusions can be replaced with just blood product transfusions. But to my knowledge, it's not something that we hold in high regard. I know that I'd have to see.
Probably the same reason you don't donate your heart or any organ for that matter.
yeah. So when you're saying blood, you're talking what, plasma?
No, like plasma, technically.
No, like
blood,
transfusion where they like.
Well, yeah, if you're talking.
No. I know you're saying that, but as far as a replacement for blood,
right? Yeah, that's allowable. But the actual blood transfusions, plus there's so many problems with it to begin with. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, from a spiritual and from a medical level, my answer would be somewhat negative.
Yeah, you're a whole new person, literally.
Yep. Yeah, I think this is the end on this game. I don't think I can. I mean, I could. I don't have the time to do it mentally. We have less than 5 minutes. I think I'm going to quit. Because this is not a thing. We can now say that I attempted to do a gaming stream and it was not fairly. To be fair, it's not the games that the people want, and even this is like a lot of work for me mentally because just being on the stream and then anyway. Oh, let's take a look here. Okay, so. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have any questions. Oh, go ahead.
If my son wasn't sleeping, I could get him down here and play FC26 or whatever that is.
What is FC26?
I think it's football, aka soccer overseas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I played the soccer video games occasionally. Maybe I can find an old one or something.
Oh, yeah, he loves soccer.
Let me see here.
He collects soccer cards, which I think is adorable. I don't know many kids that collect cards anymore, so I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say collecting cards is itself so unique. So
yeah.
it's a cool thing to have. But getting into collectibles is not necessarily a bad thing. So
yeah. Well, he tried to reduce their digital footprint. So
yeah.
Well, my generation was our gaming was going outdoors and playing basketball or football or ice hockey or whatever. We did more of it, just that style.
I remember my mom kicking me out at like 8 in the morning and saying, "Don't come back till 8 at night."
Yep.
Behave, don't get in trouble, come back when it gets dark.
Yep, it was a freer time, but unfortunately,
somebody asks you to go in a van, say "stranger danger" and run away.
Yeah. Unfortunately, now the strangers have online methodologies to entrap kids and stuff.
That's gross. Grooming and all that. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Imagine the proliferation of pornography. You don't even want to let your kid ride your bike down the street much anymore.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
Let me see here. I lost. Okay. I think that's a sign. So
a little bit different than a bread cutting knife, though.
Yeah, no, it's not an omen. It's just that I'm bad at this game, or at least I'm bad at it on the computer. I'm pretty good at it on my phone. I don't know. Yep. Yeah. Enemy Father Boniface playing outside all day. Thank God for good parenting. 3 more hours, he says. 3 more hours. No. Unless somebody wants to set a goal, we'll just double it.
$1,000 donation, yes.
$1,000 donation. We will stay 3 more. Actually, I would stay for $1,000. Yeah, I'd stay 3 more.
One of these days I'm going to say it and someone's going to drop $1,000. I'll be like, oh, crap. Here we go.
I think Catholics allow for natural birth control, keeping track. Yeah, that's natural family planning. What is the official stance of that topic in Orthodox Christianity? I think it's I mean, I would say that it's the.
We don't use the same terminology, but we have very similar notions.
Yeah, the problem is you don't want to evade God's will, and that's ultimately why NFP is problematic. Because if you do it by the book and use all the tools, etc., you can get pretty high levels of of non-pregnancy. Most people are not successful with that, but the whole point is that those who they can successfully evade most of the opportunity for procreation. That said,
don't evade.
That said, I mean, it does leave the door open, but at the same time, I would say that is kind of evading God's will. Look forward to having children, not trying to avoid it.
Plus, we got to beat the Muslims. They're whooping our butts. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, and there's a whole culture of the kids are too expensive, and it's going to cramp your lifestyle.
Yeah,
and they're actually cold cereal is expensive. Hot cereal like oatmeal or cornmeal or grits is cheap, and they're good for you.
When I hear youngins say that, I point to like my mother-in-law's family, and she was like the youngest of 12.
Oh wow!
And they were dirt poor. Her dad died while they were young, so her mom had to raise all 12 of them.
Oh boy!
So I don't want to hear it. I mean, if you can do it dirt poor, and I mean we're fairly wealthy compared to what it was back then in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. So,
well, on that note, we have completed the 3rd hour.
We made it.
We made it. Thank you to everyone who helped and everyone who came on. Thank you, of course, to Father Boniface and Reader John, who are always here and helpful during this crazed snowy day. And thank you for those who contributed, who had questions, who had comments. Thank you for everyone for making it. We did make it, so we play the tune.
Winning.
Well, glory to God. And thank you to those who support our mission, those who donated and continue to do so. Support the channel. We at NFTU need your help. Support us by subscribing or donating at nftu.net or on Give Send Go. We remember all of you in our prayers, and thank you all for the support. And as always, if this has changed you, if this blessed you, if this has helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I think that's about it. Enjoy the weather, everyone. The prayers of Holy Fathers, and Jesus Christ, God, and us, and
Amen.
Amen.